Welcome to very something special on my YouTube channel. Oh my god, it's so scary. It's the 31 days of Hallowinnings! And not only that, it's American Bandstand 70th anniversary as well. It's going to be very exciting today on Game Show Fever Chat. Oh, it's a monster mash with Dick Clark playing To Tell the Truth and a Bandstand Regular playing the Pyramid, and they're both coming up next.
Can't be the real thing.
There's one magical, haunted evening each year when all the scary creatures come out to prowl through every neighborhood. But here's the scariest monster of all. Do you know why? This little witch doesn't know it, but she's taking some frightening chances of being hurt. Maybe badly hurt. Her costume is very, very dangerous. Can you see the things that make it dangerous? What about that mask? She can hardly see through those tiny holes for her eyes. If you were wearing that mask, here's what it would be like. You can see straight in front of you, but unless you happen to turn your head, you wouldn't see that car coming as you start to cross the street. You could be run over. And unless you look down, you can't see that you're coming to a curb. Ow, that hurts. It's bad enough to take a tumble on hard pavement, but it would be even worse to sprawl out on the street in front of a car coming. Now let's imagine that we're in that car. Can you see her clearly? Why not? What is there about her costume that makes it hard to see her? As the driver of a car or truck, you might not see her until it's too late. And that's really scary. Before we think about some ways that the little witch could see and be seen better, let's take another look at her costume. Whoops, down she goes again. It seems as if she's collecting more bumps and bruises than candy tonight. Let's see if we can help her, shall we? And by helping her, maybe you can learn some things that will help you stay safe at Halloween. First, we need to turn back the clock and start this whole evening over again. One of the problems with this costume is that it's too long. It's too easy to trip over a long, full skirt. So we can shorten the skirt. You should always shorten any skirt, pants, slacks, or cape that is too long or floppy. Now, the broom. That's a clumsy thing to carry, and it's something that you're likely to trip over in the dark. It's usually easy to shorten brooms or round off the sharp points of pirate swords and other costume parts that can trip you or scratch you. Cardboard brooms and swords are usually safer than wooden ones, but it's safest not to carry anything like that in the first place. Now, what else might we change on this costume to make it safer? What about that color? Remember how hard it was to see the little witch because of her dark costume on a dark night? We should always wear light, bright colors on the street at night so drivers can see us. What about this color? A white costume makes an unusual, different kind of witch who's more likely to be safe on Halloween night. A good way to make any costume easier to see at night is to decorate it with reflective tape or reflective patches. Some costumes come with reflective material already attached to the cloth. Here's what it looks like to a car driver. It's easy to see, even on the darkest night. And while you're putting reflective tape on the costume, you should also add some of it to the bag or container you'll use to carry home your candy. Some special Halloween sacks are treated with reflective material when they're made. And it's a good idea to write your name, address, and phone number on the sack, just in case there is an accident. Now, how about the mask? Any problem with it? Do you remember how hard it was to see out through those little eye holes? To be safe at night, you have to be able to see clearly, as well as be seen. We can improve the mask by cutting larger holes to look out of. There, that's better, but there is an even safer way. You can simply not wear a mask. Oh, you think you need a mask to disguise yourself? Well, just watch what you can do, with a little help from your parents and some scraps of cloth or old clothes from around home. An eyebrow pencil, different colors of eyeshadow, rouge, lipstick, an old mop or wig, some wax teeth, maybe some clay and food coloring, and a few other odds and ends. You'd be surprised what you can turn yourself into. Whether you buy a costume or design your own, be sure that it's made of flame-retardant material. That means material that won't catch on fire easily. Now our little witch has turned into a beautiful princess, and her new costume is much safer. But there are a few other things you should do before going out. First, eat a big dinner. If you go trick-or-treating while you're hungry, you'll be tempted to sample some of your treats while you're out, and that's definitely not a good idea. Keep an eye on the clock. In many places, the police set the hours that you should trick-or-treat. Trick-or-treat only within those times. Neighbors should be ready with treats for you, and drivers should be more careful to watch for you during those hours. Make sure you carry a flashlight when you go. The light will not only help you see where you're going in the dark, but it will also make it easier for others, including drivers, to see you. Always travel with a group, not alone. It's safer still to have a parent along to keep an eye on things. And of course, you should always walk. Riding a bicycle at night is always dangerous, but it's even more dangerous to try to ride in a costume at night. As you go from house to house, stay on the sidewalks as much as possible. If you have to walk in an area where there are no sidewalks, walk as far off the roadway as possible and face the traffic. That way you can see what's coming and get out of the way if you have to. Cross streets only at brightly lighted corners, not in the middle of the block, and never between two parked cars. When you start across the street, cross quickly, but don't run, and don't stop in the middle of the street for any reason. Stay in your own neighborhood when you're trick-or-treating. Your neighbors are probably hoping to see you in costume on Halloween. And it's safest to visit people you know. If you don't know the people very well, don't go into their homes. Most people enjoy having trick-or-treaters come to their doors. But there are a few people who will do things to hurt kids. They might put sharp or hard objects in candy and apples. Or they might put something on fruit or gum that could make you sick if you eat it. To be completely safe, save your treats until you get home. Then ask your parents to help you check them carefully to make sure that there's nothing in them or on them that could hurt you. The safest treats are usually candy or gum that come in their own wrappers from the factory. Fruit should be washed before you eat it. And all candy bars and fruit should be sliced so you can be certain that there is nothing hard or sharp inside that could hurt you. If you're not sure whether something is safe or not, don't take any chances. Throw it away. But let's get back to the fun part of Halloween with the princess and her friends. Almost everyone enjoys a good joke or riddle.
What's your trick?
What you guys eat for breakfast?
What?
Let's test it.
What's a wiener when you take out its inside?
What?
A Halloweener.
Where does Dracula keep his money?
Where?
In a blood bank.
Here, have some candy.
However, some practical jokes and pranks aren't so funny. If you should break something, it wouldn't be very funny to the owners or to your parents, who might have to pay for it. So keep your jokes funny and harmless. Tonight has been a magical night. We saw a scary monster changed into a beautiful, happy, and safe little princess. How about you? Will you follow the lead of the little princess and have a safe and super Halloween this year?
What is your name, please?
My name is Joseph P. McAvoy.
What is your name, please?
My name is Joseph P. McAvoy.
What is your name, please?
My name is Joseph P. McAvoy.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one is the real Joseph P. McAvoy and is the only one sworn to tell the truth.
Geritol, America's #1 tonic. Geritol, the fast-acting, high-potency tonic that helps you feel stronger, fast, presents To Tell the Truth.
And here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth. Now may I introduce our panel. What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
My name is Dick Clark.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
And my name is Hy Gardner.
Dick, speaking for all of us, I want to tell you how happy we are that you could take the time to step down off that mighty important bandstand of yours and be with us tonight.
Thank you, Bud. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, believe me, it's our pleasure. Hope you find the rhythm around here cool enough and to your liking.
My average on this game is very bad.
You play along at home. Well, good. I hope you're all doing that right now, as a matter of fact. As you heard, these three gentlemen all claim to be Joseph P. McAvoy. And, of course, only one is the real Joseph P. McAvoy. The other two have merely assumed that identity. And they are the ones who do not have to stick to the truth. Now, will you please listen while I read this affidavit? I, Joseph P. McAvoy, started on a new job yesterday morning. I work at Grand Central Station, and I'm responsible for the gate men, the red caps, the train announcers, the information service, and the arrival and departure of the 55 million annual passengers who ride the more than 500 daily trains. I am the new general station master at Grand Central Station here in New York City. Signed, Joseph P. McAvoy. Our panel, we all heard these three gentlemen claim to be Joseph P. McAvoy, General Station Master at Grand Central Station. Only the real Joseph P. McAvoy is required to answer your questions truthfully. You will each question until you hear this signal, and at the end of the questioning period, you will be asked to register your vote for the one who, in your opinion, is the real Joseph P. McAvoy. And let's begin tonight's questioning with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, who do you work for?
The New York Central Railroad Company.
Number two, what is the strangest request as station master you have ever heard of? I know you've never been requested yet, but what is the strangest you've ever heard of?
The strangest I ever heard of was to my predecessor to strew a bed of orchids along a platform for arriving Hollywood star.
Do you know who the star was?
Well, I don't think I should go into that.
Oh, please do. Number three, is it true that the 20th century used to pay the passengers for every minute they were late?
At one time, that was true.
When did they stop?
I don't know.
When they started being late. Number one, can you telephone from a train?
Yeah, most certainly.
When?
Well, any time there's a phone aboard the train, you can tell it.
Hi, Gardner.
Number one, are public porters permitted to operate at Grand Central?
No, they are not.
Number two, what are public porters?
Public porters are the men without red caps who operate in the subways and adjacent to the terminals. They must surrender to a red cap when they reach the terminal.
Number three, are the clocks at Grand Central Terminal on the Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Time?
They are in daylight time.
When do they change?
They change at the change of time in April.
Number one, how much do red caps get per piece of baggage?
35 cents apiece.
Number two, when was Johnny Conroy station master at Grand Central? Do you know?
In the 1930s.
Do you know number three?
I don't know that he was.
Do you remember number one?
No, I do not.
Number one, there's a red cap car in which they hold church services every morning. Do you know who the pastor of that Baptist church car is?
No, I do not.
You know anything about the church, three?
Polly?
Sorry.
Number one, what does number 15 Vanderbilt mean to you?
Number 15 Vanderbilt is the entrance to the CBS studios, which are located on the 4th floor of the 42nd Street side of the station.
Anything else you'd like to know, Polly?
Could you tell me who's on television tonight?
You're hearing that, too?
I am. Number two, what are the two railroad companies that use Grand Central Station?
New York Central and New York New Haven and Hartford.
Number three, what year was Grand Central Station built? Do you know?
In 1903, its construction was started.
1903.
Dick?
Number two, how long would it take me on the New Haven Railroad to get to Mount Vernon, New York?
About 20 minutes.
Number three, how long would it take me to get to Mount Vernon?
About 23 minutes.
I don't know.
Never
Number
had
one.
yet, has it, Dick?
I don't know. Number one, of what railroad is John P. Loudermilk president?
John P.
Loudermilk.
I do not know.
Number two?
I don't know.
Number three?
I do not know.
Okay, oops, must be a small railroad.
Short line.
Number two, the Pennsylvania Railroad, though it does not travel from Grand Central Station. If I were to write a letter of complaint about the dining service, who would I write to?
And the New York Central, divided to the New York Central because they operate all the dining services and Pullman services. There's no more Pullman.
Would you...
That's it. It's time to vote, panel. So without consultation, will you please mark your ballots? And in so doing, you will, of course, select number one, number two, or number three. The team of challengers, as you know, will receive $250 for every incorrect vote. Panel, are you all marked? Oh, you are, Polly. Head of the game tonight. For whom did you vote this first round?
Well, Bud, you know, I've been getting a lot of letters of complaint about the fact that I always don't know who to vote for, and I vote for number one, but I think it's number two, and they all think that I make it up just to be funny. They don't think that I seriously don't know, and which is flattering but not true. And so in response to all of those rather difficult letters, I would firmly like to vote for number one, though I'm sure it's number two.
You're just as firm about number 2, I assume. Yes. Dick, what about your vote?
Bud, I'm forced to agree with Polly. I vote for number 2 because I like the way he said his name.
She's checking up
She
on
voted
you.
with number 1.
That's
Yes,
right.
number 1, but she said she thought it was
I thought it was
number 2.
number
Firmly.
All right.
Kitty, what about your vote?
Fix you up, don't worry.
Kitty?
Oh, gosh.
I voted for number 2 on the basis of his information, and number 3 didn't know when the Century stopped paying, so they're being late, and I thought he ought to know.
All right, High Gardner.
Well, I voted for number 1, too. One of the reasons for is you knew about General Porters, and that you have to know a little bit about railroading for that. And number 2, wasn't sure about when Conroy was station master, and I made the name up, so I think it's 3.
There we go again. Well, okay.
You made that
The votes are in. The deceptions have been pulled by the panel as well as by us, and we'll find out now, for your sake and ours, which one of these 3 gentlemen is the real station master at Grand Central Station. So will the real Joseph P. McAvoy now please stand up? Thank you very much. All right. My, we had such good reasons, too, didn't we? Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you really do, please?
My name is George O'Keefe. I am a registered representative with Hirsch & Company, members of the New York Stock Exchange.
And number 2, what about you, sir?
My name is Tom Malley. I'm a writer and editor associated with The Reporter magazine.
Well, there you are. There's a start for you. We had all incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $1,000 from Geritol, gentlemen. Thank you very much for being with us. Happy train schedules, and on your way out, you will find an apothecary jar of Geritol for each of you. Good night and good luck.
Is your child protected for the future? Gerb.
And now let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Margaret O'Neill.
What is your name, please?
My name is Margaret O'Neill.
What is your name, please?
My name is Margaret O'Neill.
All right, please listen while I read this affidavit. I, Margaret O'Neill, am a former high school teacher and a former ski instructor. For the past 13 years, however, I have been associated with the Miss America pageant. I am the official traveling companion and pageant representative for Miss America, and as such have traveled 450,000 miles in the past 3 years. When the new Miss America is chosen on Saturday, I will again accompany her on a tour of the United States and Europe. Signed, Margaret O'Neill. Okay, panel, we've heard these 3 ladies all claiming to be Margaret O'Neill, Miss America traveling companion. We'll start this cross-examination with Dick Clark. Dick?
Number 2, how many contestants are there in this year's pageant?
52.
Number 3, how many contestants?
There are 52 contestants.
Number 1?
52.
Consistent. Number 1, who is Evelyn I?
I believe she was Miss America of 1953.
Number 3, if this is true, where did Evelyn I live?
Evelyn I lives in Verona, New Jersey.
Number 2, where does Evelyn I, or where did she live when she won?
Ephrata, PA.
And number 1?
Ephrata, PA.
Is there a Miss Alaska in the contest this year, number 3?
Yes, there is Miss Alaska.
Kitty?
Number 1, who are the judges this year in the Miss America contest?
You are one, Miss Carlisle.
Me? Well, I want to say that I was a judge last year, and I never saw any of these ladies before. So I don't know. They must all be ringers.
You never traveled with Miss America.
No, Number 2, how many sisters does the present Miss America have?
She has 3 sisters.
3 sisters. Number 3, who is Hugh Wathen?
Hugh
Wathen. Number 2, who is Hugh Wathen?
He works on the pageant board.
Number 1, who was Miss Indian America last year?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Number 2, who do the contestants have breakfast with every morning? And where do they breakfast?
They have breakfast with the judges.
Hi.
Number 2, what Broadway columnist has been a judge every once in a while for the pageant?
I am number 1.
No, I said number 2.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Number 1, would you know?
What Broadway columnist?
Yes. Number
Sir?
3, would you? I'm sorry.
Sir?
Would you know number 3?
I don't believe you'd call Bennett Cerf a Broadway columnist, but he has been a judge.
No, I don't think even Bennett would do that. Number 2, what did Bob Russell have to do with the pageant in the past?
He was a master of ceremony.
Number 1, do you know the name of Miss Alaska? I happened to see her last week.
I don't remember.
Would you know number 2?
No, I don't
Number
know.
3?
No, I do
Holly?
not know.
Number 3, who is the lady in charge of the Miss America pageant?
Leona Slaughter, wife of my boss.
Number 2, who placed second in the Miss America contest last year?
Miss Georgia.
Number 1, who placed third? Number 1, who placed third last year?
Richie?
I beg your pardon?
Richie?
I can't hear you.
Richie.
Richie?
Miss Ritchie, you
Miss
mean her last name
Miss
is Ritchie.
Ritchie.
Oh,
Her
I
last name
see.
is Ritchie.
What state is she from, number 1?
Colorado.
Number 3, who was the Miss America of 1955?
1955.
Well,
Oh, that was Sharon.
Big one? Did you know?
Sharon Ritchie.
Okay, there we go now. Our time is out. We'll have to vote, and without consultation, will you please mark your ballots? And in so doing, as you did before, please select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Are we all set, panel? Everyone but Polly?
Oh, you didn't have to say that.
Is this a firm vote?
No, this is probably the unfirmest vote of all the votes, because I really have no idea which one it is. I simply just picked a number. I don't know anything about Miss America contests, and it makes it a little difficult when you don't know.
How about you, Dick Clark?
I picked number 2 because she knew that Evelyn and I lived in Ephrata, Pennsylvania.
Your vote, Kitty?
I picked number 2 on the basis of all of her information, which was all correct, and some of the others had correct answers, but not all correct ones.
And Hi, who do you think is the real
Well,
one?
this is unusual for a Miss America contest, but I make it unanimous, number 2.
All right, there we are. Unanimous on number 2. Let's see how unanimous we are with your voting at home, as we trust you are doing, as we learn right now which one of these 3 ladies is the real Miss America's traveling companion. So will the real Margaret O'Neill please stand up? You got her. You got her.
On the right said Leona Slaughter. It's Lenora Slaughter.
Well, one thing about our panel, if they goof strong, they come back strong. At least we say that for them. Thank you. Number 2. Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
Yes, my name is Eve Jackson. I live in New York City. I'm a housewife and have 3 children.
And number 3, what about you?
My name is Mrs. Bernard Shore, Vice President of Shore Battery and Equipment Company of Jamaica, Long Island.
Incidentally, we're mighty proud that our lovely Kitty is going to be judging the lovelies, as you heard in the questioning down there at Atlantic City. And you can see it this Saturday night on this very network, so you be sure to be watching. Maybe you'll get a sneak look at Kitty there, too. Well, now, let's see. We have 100% again our challenges this time, which means that Geritol contributes $150, ladies, so that you have that to divide. On your way out, stop and pick up your apothecary jar of Geritol. Thanks so much for being with us. Good night and happy traveling. Now, there will be more challengers and more laughs, of course, in less than a minute.
Tomorrow on The Amazing Race.
Are you freaking high? Stop, Aaron!
Get your
Now let's have our third team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Johnston McCulley.
What is your name, please?
My name is Johnston McCulley.
What is your name, please?
My name is Johnston McCulley.
Now please listen while I read this affidavit. I, Johnston McCulley, have been a writer for over 50 years. After finishing school, I entered the newspaper field. I eventually gave up newspaper work to devote full time to fiction writing. My most famous novel was written in 1920 and was twice made into a motion picture. The main character is now the subject of a television series. I am the creator of Zorro. Signed, Johnston McCulley. And now we have three gentlemen panel, all claiming to be Johnston McCulley. As you heard, creator of the famous character Zorro. We'll start this round with Polly Bergen. Polly?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, who plays the current Zorro?
Williams, Guy Williams.
Number two, where is the series shot?
In California.
At what studio, number two?
I personally don't know.
Number three, could you tell me what studio it's shot at?
Well, partly a Disney studio.
I didn't hear
They're
that.
partly at
studio,
Disney
he
Studios.
said. Number one, do you agree with number three? Where is the series shot?
Burbank, California.
At what studio, sir?
I don't know the studio.
Number two, who played the original Zorro?
Disney studio.
Douglas Fairbanks.
Where was
silent film.
Where was that movie made? Number two.
I don't know.
Dick Clark.
Number 3, what is the name of Zorro's deaf-mute friend?
Beg pardon?
In the play, in the series, Zorro has a friend, a close associate, who's a deaf-mute. What is
Bernardo.
his name? I beg your pardon?
Bernardo.
All right. Number 1, what is the name of the rather plump sergeant he's always having conflict with?
That was Gonzalez.
Number 2, a hit recording was made recently called Zorro. What was the name of the artist or artists that made the record?
I don't know. It had nothing to do with it.
Number 3, do you know?
I know Norman Foster wrote the words. I don't know the name of the...
Number 1, do you know the name of the artist who made the record?
No.
Kitty?
Number one, who's president of the Authors League? Are you a member of the Authors League?
Not now, no.
Are you a member of the Authors League, number
I
two?
am not.
Are you number three?
Not a president.
Oh, dear. Number one, what does Zorro mean?
The fox in Spanish.
Number two, was this story based on anything?
Yes, it was based upon a serial that I wrote. It was originally published in the Argosy.
Number three, was this based on a serial that you wrote?
Yes, it's based on a serial I wrote.
And did you get this idea out of your own head, or was it based on an idea that you got from some other place?
Well, I got it.
Where else would one get an idea?
Yeah.
Well, Shakespeare got all his ideas out of Pindar.
Don't say Charles Bacon or you'll start a whole thing.
Hi, Gardner.
Number 3, you probably knew Douglas Fairbanks if he made the silent movie. Who was the fellow named Carl K. Kitchen? Would you know?
A fellow named what?
Carl K. Kitchen.
Yes. He was a newspaper man who worked from New York, and he did a lot of work for Douglas Fairbanks.
Number 1, Doug Fairbanks, when he made that movie or later, became one of the creators of United Artists. Do you know who his partners were?
No.
Would you know number 3?
Mary Pickford and Charles Chaplin.
Yeah, number 3, would you know?
Same, Mary Pickford and Charles.
There is a comedian, number 3, who is against your show in Hollywood right now. Or rather, his show is against your show. Would you know what his name is? Would you know?
That's it. Time once again to vote. So will you please mark your ballots, panel, and in so doing, as you did before, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Hey, ready and waiting, Polly, huh? For whom did you vote this time?
I voted for number 3, mainly because he said Johnston McCulley so easily, as though it were a name he had used for many years.
All right, Dick Clark, what about your selection this time?
His name is probably Horace Applewhite.
With my luck, yes, I know.
I'm with you.
Oh, no.
Number 3, because he seemed to know a little bit about a very, very big record that should have been important to him.
Mm-hmm. Kitty?
I voted for number 3. It turns out we're playing against each other here because the train fellow was invented by High. I believe that number 3 knew Mr. Kitchen, who was the associate. So if I'm playing against you, then I'm playing against everything.
All right, High, what about you?
Okay, Kitchen was one of the first Broadway columnists on the old Evening World and the Sun, and he was a close friend of Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford, and that's why I voted for number 3. Right.
Well, again, we have a unanimous vote, and let's see if that unanimity spreads to you and your home as we discover right now which one of these 3 gentlemen is the real creator of the famous character Zorro. So, will the real Johnston McCulley please stand up? Thank you very much, sir. Well, the panel's doing real well tonight after a bad start. Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
My name is Edwin Stafford Morgan. I'm a stockbroker with Shearson Hamill and Company in Wall Street.
Thank you, sir. And number 2, would you tell us about yourself?
I am Campbell Jeffrey, for more than 45 years, a member of the New York Bar and the retired dean of New York Law School.
Thank you, sir. Well, I think you zeroed in rather well there, panel, tonight, and as we see, we have a panel guessing correctly 100%, which means that once again, since there were no incorrect votes, Gerald Hall contributes $150 to you gentlemen, with our best wishes for a pleasant year and many years ahead of you in your writing and more work in that old Zorro field. It must be fun to see it coming back to life again and again and again like that. And will you stop on your way out, speaking of coming to life again, and pick up your apothecary jars of Geritol? Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good night and good luck. Now we'll join our panel again in just a minute, but before we do, listen.
How far would you go to win Olympic?
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, except once again, Dick, thanks so very much for visiting us.
Thank you, Bud, very much. How was our average?
Good. Extremely good. Yes, indeed it was. You did exceptionally well for a visiting guest the first time, believe me. Incidentally, next week on our panel, we're going to have Fred Clark. Is he any relation to you?
No.
Well,
I've watched him many times.
So have we all. And he'll be with us on our panel next week. I guess that's it. So good night, panel.
Good night, Bud.
Now, this is Bud Collier saying good night from Geritol and reminding all of you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is the Mark Goodson Bill Cotton production in association with the CBS Television Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, from New York City, Joe Garcia!
To see that end. Welcome to Tell the Truth, and I have a quote from our first guest. I believe that we large women have been chosen to be today's goddesses in a string bean world. That's what she says. We'll meet her, but first let's meet our panel, okay? Here is Bill Cullen. Kitty Carlisle. Dick Clark. And Peggy Jack. Dick Clark, you gotta feel pretty good getting a reaction like that, huh?
I tell you.
Yeah, what do you think it's from the pyramid or from
The Oldies But Goodies fan club.
Smash. Okay, panel, get set, because I want you to meet a dynamic lady. Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Stella Jolis Reichmann.
Number two.
My name is Stella Jolis Reichmann.
Number three.
My name is Stella Jolis Reichmann.
All right, panel, your task is to identify the real Stella Jolly's Reichman. Here's her message to the 20 million women who are oversized 14. Wait a minute there, lady. I didn't know you were over 14. I want you to pay particular attention. I, Stella Jolly's Reichman, have written a book entitled Great Big Beautiful Doll. After all, the cult of thinness is relatively new. Cleopatra and Lillian Russell were full figures, and a model for Rubens had to weigh at least 200 pounds. For too long, large women have suffered the propaganda of the fashion and diet industries. I've launched a crusade against thin, chauvinist string beans. Their message, thin is in. My message, big is beautiful. Signed, Stella Jolly's Reichman. Well, I tell you what, my message is thin is in and big is beautiful. Well, medium ain't so bad either, I'll tell you that. We're going to get back to this. I know you won't want to miss it, so you come back in just a couple of minutes.
Full white light plus white.
All right, panel, remember, these three handsome ladies all claim to be Stella Jolly's Reichman, who sincerely believes that big is beautiful. And we're going to begin here with the $20,000 pyramid man, Dick Clark.
This is a toughie. I got to ask an embarrassing. Can you ask embarrassing questions?
Well, it depends on who you're asking. You ask me.
Well, I'll ask number three.
Okay.
How tall are you, number three?
I'm 5'8", monsieur.
And pardon me, but how much do you weigh?
I weigh probably 200 pounds.
What are your measurements?
And my measurements are 48, 38, 48.
Oh, beautiful.
Sound like the Dow Jones average. I love
it. Number two, when you are a large lady, do you have any difficulty buying clothes?
Very much.
Do you deal with that in your book?
Yes, and I and 20 million other ladies over 14, and we're tired of it.
Number one, I'm not about.
Peggy.
I happen to know one of the contestants, so I keep my mouth shut. Whatever, I disqualify myself. That's what it is.
Oh, we're looking for, well, let's go to Bill Cullen. To your question, that's all I was looking forward to. She would have made a great umpire, really. Bill Cullen.
Number one, do the numbers 20, 50, 99 mean anything to you?
Well, it sounds like an elephant to me.
Indian or African, number one? Number two, how long have you been on this kick of big is beautiful?
Ever since I was born.
Were you on this kick when you were small? I mean, when you were just a wee type clearance?
Oh, yes.
Were you an unusually large child?
No, but I was very helpful.
Okay. Let's go to Kitty.
And number three, were you always a big girl? I was always fully packed and had a fulfilled body from the moment that I was born. I was a large, chubby, husky, adorable, pinchable baby. And I'm a large, adorable, pinchable lady. Number one, you don't find any trouble with fellas. On the contrary, they find trouble with me. Now, number two, you said you have trouble finding clothes. Where do you have to go to find clothes? Doesn't seem to me you're outside. Or...
I am, perhaps you didn't know, I'm the glamour
a representative of Lane Bryant stores. They have 200 stores all over the country, and they have beautiful clothes for larger ladies.
I said, no.
And that means that our game is over. And now we must vote. They'll mark their ballots, no change, no consultation. Do you think it's number 1? Or will it be number 2? Or is it number 3? Okay, the ballots have all been marked. Dick Clark, you started for us. How did you vote?
I fell in love with number 3, and whether she's right or wrong, she's my kind of lady, because she gave me her measurements, proud of it. She's my gal.
Your gal, all right. Peggy, you disqualified yourself.
Yes, and I'm in sympathy with the cause, ladies, believe me.
All right, Bill Cullen.
Well, they're all large, beautiful, chubby, lovely, but I voted for number 3 because she's pinchable, and
Kitty, how about you?
They're gorgeous. Number 1 is very, very witty and really funny. Number 2 is marvelous, but I voted for number 3. I think she's been saying that she was a large, darling, dumpling, pinchable baby for a long time.
All right. Now, the votes are all in, and by way of identifying the real Stella Jolly Reisman, let me show you the cover of her book. And it's called Great Big Beautiful Doll. And I couldn't show it to you before panel because her picture is all over the front. There she is. All right, let's find out who the imposters are now. Number 1, what is your name? What do you do?
My name is Lisa Hoffman, and I'm a photographer.
Okay. Now, number 2, what is your name? What do you do?
My name is Nan Lee, and I'm a commercial artist and an illustrator.
All right. Well, as you know, Stella claims that the larger woman can be as beautifully dressed as the thin woman, and she's put together a mini fashion show for us, and she's going to prove her point with this mini fashion show. So if you will, Stella, you describe what the ladies are wearing, okay?
Yes, my dear, every doll needs other dolls, and so I brought 3 beautiful dolls with me. Here's Erica. Look at her in this beautiful hand-painted pink chiffon gown. Like a Midsummer Night's Dream, like a strawberry parfait with whipped cream. It's just beautiful. Look how she moves. I'm so glad she's not one of these skinny freaks that walks around like a necrophiliac, rattling her bones. Look at this smile. Thank you so much, Erica. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Now, I must apologize if I have no voice. I've got the equipment of an opera star, but not the voice. I can't win them all. Welcome to our show. Wonderful, great, big, beautiful doll, Jacqueline. Jacqueline Smith is in a lovely black and white print blouse on top over a white accordion pleated skirt. Move it, baby. Show them how we like it. Come on. Oh, beautiful. You see? You think that large women can't wear prints? We can wear anything better than some of the spindly things. Wonderful, Jacqueline. Good for you. This is great. Thank you. Arrivederci. And here comes give her a big hand. Come on. This is our own great, big, beautiful Margaret. Margaret is in Halston. Yes, you did hear me right, darling. Halston. Everybody's now designing for us. They can't wait to get close to us. Every designer, everybody is on to us. Look at Margaret. Look at those dimples. Look at that smile. Wouldn't you rather have her than some spindly shank? Have you ever seen a thin model? Ladies, have you ever seen a skinny woman in a bikini on the beach? Seen from the rear, if you pardon my English. There's a space between her legs. You could throw a frisbee through it. It is ugly. Look at this. Look at this wonderful, dimply girl. Isn't she adorable? And you know something? You think we women can't wear strapless gowns? Look at Margaret. Need I say more? Isn't she divine? Look at her. And, ladies, all of these wonderful outfits are from Lane Bryant, and so is Margaret. Give a big hand to Margaret. Margaret!
and thank you, Stella Jolly Reichman. Thank you, and our We're just going to have to hope that Stella comes out of her shell. She's just got to get out of her shell. Well, let me tell you, next we've got an impressive gentleman for you to meet. He's the sergeant of the guards at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And we'll be right back.
So he loves me. She loves me not.
She loves me.
She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not.
She loves me.
Now let's meet a man who guards a famous tomb. Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Eddie the Emperor.
Number two.
My name is Eddie the Emperor.
Number three.
My name is Eddie the Emperor.
Listen carefully to Eddie the Emperor's military message. I, Eddie the Emperor, am a sergeant of the guards at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Located on a Virginia hillside in Arlington National Cemetery, overlooking Washington, D.C., the tomb of the unknown soldier and the guard have been the personification of the impressive changing of the guard ceremony. To become a guard in the first place, you must have an exemplary record.
Ready? On your order. Halt. And order remain as directed. Order acknowledged. Ready? Break that. Right, shoulders. Right.
Your record must be unblemished by any military or civilian offenses. A guard cannot even have been given a ticket for speeding. Signed, Eddie the Emperor. And let's start the questioning with Peggy.
Were you a soldier before you became part of this honor guard?
Yes, I was.
Thank you. Well, number three, I've never seen that uniform before. Is that just peculiar to honor guards, or is it some... Did you guys get to wear that uniform?
It belongs to this particular organization, this particular guard.
Thank you. Now, number two, is the unknown soldier a soldier from World War I, or do they have, like, one from each war?
It started with World War I. Now we have a tomb for Korean conflict and also World War II.
Thank you. Number three, how is the unknown soldier chosen?
Was chosen by a guy by the name of Sergeant...
No, it's the unknown soldier, the fellow that are buried there.
He was picked at random by a Sergeant Jones. He placed a spray of white roses on a particular casket.
Oh, gee whiz.
Let's go to Bill Cullen.
Number one, what number three just said, is that basically correct as far as you are concerned?
It is basically correct.
And where the so that was for World War I, and that was in France where that occurred. Am I correct there?
You are correct.
Now, in ensuing World War II, which I imagine was that the next war from which an unknown soldier was chosen?
Yes, it was.
And number two, coming back to you, assuming in that tomb that we actually see there, is that the remains of merely one man or one man from each of the conflicts?
No, the large white marble tomb, there's one man buried there, and then there's two other smaller tombs.
And
to the north of that.
number 2, the unknown soldier, was chosen from all the unknown soldiers in the immediate area at the time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Do you gentlemen get other duty other than guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier, number 2?
Yes, we do.
Number 3, what kind of honor do
Buzzer, and we move on to Kitty Carlisle.
I'll follow along that Bill's question number 3. What other kind of duties do you perform?
We perform various ceremonial duties, such as guarding the president. Even here in New York, we participate in Macy's Day Parade.
I see. Thank you. Number 2, who invented this ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier?
It was invented by General Lee's grandson.
And number 1, is it the same ceremony that's performed, let's say, at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in France as well?
No, it's not.
It's not. Number 2, how do you all get together to do the thing at the same time without, do you count while you're moving, or do you count during the pauses?
Yes, the soldier marches 22 paces. He pauses for 22 seconds, makes an about face, and repeats the same thing.
Thank you. Number 3, how do you count 22?
And we go to Dick Clark.
Well, I'll pick that up for you because I was kind of curious. Number 3, how do you count off 22 seconds?
It's just by pacing alone.
You run it off in your head?
Yes, it becomes automatic after a while. You don't have to count it.
Number 1, how many unidentified men are there from all of our wars? Does anybody know?
Presently, in Arlington National Cemetery, there are exactly 4,222.
Number 2, do you have any idea at all how many men have been killed in action in all the wars this country's been involved in?
No, I do not. I do know that there is 442,000 buried at Arlington.
Number 3, how many times a day does that ceremony take place?
This goes on 24 hours a day. The cemetery opens up at 8 in the morning and closes at 5 during the summer months.
Number 1, does anybody have any idea how many people have paid homage at the tomb and have seen that ceremony?
Roughly, I'd say about 20 million a year.
Number
Time's over. Now it's time to vote. And do you think it'll be number 1? Or do you think it's number 2? Or do you think it's number 3? We'll pay $50 to our team of challengers for each incorrect vote, $500 if all the votes are wrong. And Peggy Cass, you started it. How did you vote?
I was absolutely sure it was number 1 until he said 20 million, and that number's so big to me I can't imagine 20 million people, so I voted for 3.
For 3.
Especially with the Macy's Day Parade, I like that part.
You like that. Okay. Bill Cullen.
3 very well-briefed contestants, or 2 very well-briefed imposters. For some reason, only in demeanor and attitude, I, too, chose number 3.
All right. Kitty Carlisle.
Very tough. They're all marvelous. I voted for number 2. I don't really know why.
He's a nice-looking one, just like they all are. And Dick Clark, you have the next vote.
The man I voted for a very peculiar reason, because I thought they all had good answers. But number 2 looked the most nervous. And I thought, that's interesting. He must be the real guy.
Okay. Well, the answers are all wrong. It's $500, and they get $50 if, well, each incorrect vote. Let's see. Will the real Eddie the Emperor please stand up? Yes, sir. You're looking at three happy young men. They are all smiling, and I don't blame them. Let's find out who these great imposters were. Number 2, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Charles Talley. I'm a model and co-owner of a dance, baton twirling, and modeling schools in Kentucky.
Well, you did a number on him, and number 3, same goes for you. You did a number on him. What is your name and what do you do?
My name is Michael Ashley, and I work for Breadline Catering Service as a waiter.
You did a great job. And Eddie the Emperor, congratulations to you, and thank you, our 2 imposters, and congratulations again. Thank you for playing that game.
Show Network gets you interactive on the net. Take a tour around our live studio. Take a look at the latest information on special contests, feature presentations, and totally new games. www.sony.com gets you in on the games.
Dick, we enjoyed it. Did you enjoy the show?
Oh, it's everything I thought it was from just watching.
Well, now, you also get a fringe benefit. You know, Big Stella's back there, and you can give her a little pinch if you like. Would you do it?
Yeah, sure.
Well, we just won't waste any more time. Well, you keep looking when we mingle over there. Watch this Dick Clark. So long. In addition to the cash awards, our first team of challengers will receive Sarah Coventry, the exclusive fashion jewelry you can buy from a friend. Sarah Coventry, the jewelry with know-how. Our second team will receive Turtle Wax, the world's largest selling liquid car wax. Clean, polishes, protects in one easy operation. Turtle Wax with the hard shell finish. This is Alan Coulter speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is John Mount.
Number two.
My name is John Mount.
And number three.
My name is John Mount.
Only one of these people is the real John Mount and has sworn to tell the truth. And now, from Studio 8H in New York City, let's meet our panel. The brisk and breezy Baron of Bel Air, Bill Cullen. Three-time Emmy Award winner, Pat Collins. Host of the American Bandstand, the debonair Dick Clark. And our anchor lady for this session, pretty perky Polly Bergen. And that's our panel. Now here's the host of To Tell the Truth, Robin Ward.
Panel, one day I'm going to run out and fall flat on my,
We're waiting.
You're waiting. It's nice to see you, panel. Let's get right down to the problem presented by our first team of challengers, all three of whom have the cheek to claim to be John Mount. And panel, you may open your envelopes and follow along as I read. I, John Mount, ran afoul of the establishment in the 1960s and was expelled from school in the 10th grade for refusing to cut my hair. After several years, I decided to resume my education and was admitted to college without a high school diploma. I made Dean's List my first semester and later received an award for academic excellence and leadership. My attitudes haven't changed much since, but my life has taken an interesting turn. In fact, I'm now a member of the very Board of Education which controls the high school that ejected me. Signed, John Mount. And welcome, gentlemen, and panel. These three gentlemen all claim to be John Mount, who had a hair-raising experience in the 10th grade. And let's start... They're booing already? We just started the show. Let's start the questioning with Polly Bergen.
They're booing you, Robin, not us.
No, but you're with me.
We just wanted to establish that. John Mount, number one, do they have a dress code in the school that you're on the board of?
No, they don't.
Do they have a hair code on the...
No, presently, no.
No, I see. Number two, when do they stop having hair codes and dress codes in school?
I don't know, because I was thrown out of high school.
I see. Number three, when do they stop having hair and dress codes in school?
Oh, I would say about 10 years ago when the world started to appreciate a person for being themselves.
I see. Number one, how did you get on the Board of Education?
I was appointed by the mayor.
I see. Number two, how did you...
And we go to Bill Cullen.
Number two, what do you think are some of the things, the dress codes in school that should be enforced? Are there any dress codes that you believe in enforcing at all, number two?
Yeah, I don't think hot pants should be worn, and but that's about it.
Number three, where are you on the school board? In what city?
In Tenafly.
In where?
In Tenafly, New Jersey.
In Tenafly. How many of you are there on the board?
There are 7.
Do you have strict dress codes there?
There are no dress codes.
None at all? You
None
come
whatsoever.
anywhere you want?
Well, as long as you take a shower, I imagine it'll be okay.
Okay, all right. Number one, when did you finally decide to cut your hair?
I didn't.
And we go to Pat.
Number two, in the 60s when you were bounced out of high school, how long was your hair then compared to the way it is now?
It was over my shirt collar.
But not as long as number one's.
No.
And number three, how long was your hair in the 60s?
It was just a little bit longer than this right now.
Number one, do you think you can tell a man's personality by the length of his hair, or at least his interests in life?
No, you cannot.
Why did you stick to your guns? Why didn't you cut your hair, stay in school?
My previous education taught me that in America you're supposed to be free, and I believed it.
And number two, why did you stick to your guns? Why didn't you say, oh, it's no big deal?
I was interested in a girl at the time, and she was more important than the educators.
And she wanted you to have longer hair.
She liked the way I look, and I didn't think it was that long, and Thomas Edison didn't graduate high school, so...
What college? Thank you, number two. Number three, what...
And we go to Dick.
I'd like to go to number 3 and talk about Tenafly. How many members of the Board of Education are there?
There are 9.
How did you get on that board?
I was appointed.
What else did the school have as a beef with you when they threw you out of school?
That was all. They thought I was affecting the rest of the students.
Okay, number 1. I want to ask you the same question. Was lengthy hair the only problem you had then?
It was the reason I was thrown out, but I wasn't a fantastic student.
How on earth did you get into college, number 1, without a high school diploma?
I was a special admit. I had to maintain a C average for 24 credits.
Number 2, how does your attitude today differ from then? It says here it doesn't. Haven't you matured at all or changed your attitude toward the 60s?
Well, I've matured, but I'm part of the system now, and have a better idea of what's important.
Number 1, how do you make your living?
I'm a lobbyist.
They're ringing the bell. That means time is up. And once again, it's time to vote for number 1, for number 2, or for number 3. Whoever, in your opinion, is the real John Mount. We pay $100 for each incorrect vote, and 4 incorrect votes will give our team of challengers the princely sum of $500. Are the ballots all marked, panel? Polly, who'd you vote for?
Well, I really believe strongly that it's number 1. Because, well, no, I voted for number 3, but I believe strongly that it's number 1. I believe it's number 1 because I don't know, I just do. But number 3, on the other hand, seemed to be the most logical, and he answered all the questions right, except I'm trying to figure out how his hair could get long because it's curly. But I figured maybe it was just bushy.
Okay.
I voted for number 3.
You didn't like number 2 at all.
Number 2, I didn't like it. I think his attitude still needs some work.
And Bill, who got your vote?
Like Polly, Robin, I think it's number 1. But he wouldn't have let his hair grow, and that would be too obvious sitting there. So what I think, he cut his hair, just because he decided it would look better that way. He then eventually went completely bald, and this is a wig for the passion play. I voted for number 1.
Boy, these are the most complicated reasons I've ever heard a panel give. Pat, who got your vote?
Well, I voted for number 2 because I think it's possible if you like a girl well enough and she doesn't want your hair cut. That's a good reason. Staying in school is not important, but a girl, that's very important.
That's right. A man's got his priorities straight. I'm sorry. Dick, who got yours?
It's very simple. It was number 1. He had all the right answers, and he's like he is today because that's the way he was then, and he's a man of high principles.
Okay, now we're going to find out just how simple it is. And we're going to find out who the real long-haired turned board member really is. Will the real John Mount please stand up?
It is,
Thank you, John. Let's find out who
I
our...
get half a vote?
No, you don't, Polly. You don't get anything, period. Let's find out who our imposters are. Number 2, you got yourself a vote. Would you tell us, please, who you are and what you really do?
My name is Michael Fandel, and I'm a professional comic and clown.
And number 3, you got a great head of hair yourself. Would you tell us, please, who you are and what you really do?
I'm glad you noticed. My name is Sidney Goldberg, and I'm a barber, and I cut hair on 69th Street and 2nd Avenue in Manhattan. The name of the shop is called Sidney.
We have a picture of John as he appeared in the 10th grade. You'll see how revolutionary and weird he really looked. And this is why he got thrown out of school. Just look at your monitor here.
Oh.
You believe that? He could get into the Army with that haircut today.
Yeah, sure.
John, why, I don't mean to be rude, but why have you kept your hair long? Obviously, it's personal preference, but do you make any statement with your hair being this long? You look sort of evangelical with it.
Not really. It's just the only permanent part of my wardrobe, and it's my decision to wear it this way, so I do.
Well, we're glad you took a stand for American liberty in the 10th grade, and we wish you great success. There were 2 incorrect votes. You won yourself $200. Thank you for joining us on To Tell the Truth, and we'll see 2 of you on one-on-one right after these words. Thank you, gentlemen. And we'll return after these messages, so please stay where you are. We're back, panel, and let's meet our next team of challengers. All right. Coming up.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Marie Snyder.
Number 2.
My name is Marie Snyder.
And number 3.
My name is Marie Snyder.
All right, panel, once again, would you open your envelopes, please, and follow along as I read. I, Marie Snyder, have written a study on how marriage and sex roles are portrayed in comic strips, and the news isn't good. Comics are, and always have been, guilty of blatant chauvinism and stereotyping. A woman, for example, may resemble Archie's vivacious friend Betty while she's single, but marry her off and she turns into Maggie, the unattractive nag from Bringing Up Father. Or take a handsome, competent guy like Flash Gordon down the aisle, and you wind up with a blundering Dagwood Bumstead. What the comic strips tell me is that Americans believe in marriage, but they don't expect it to be very pleasant. Signed, Marie Snyder. And welcome, ladies. Nice to have you here. And panelists, you ladies all claim to be comic strip expert Marie Snyder. Let's start the questioning with Dick Clark.
Number 3, how many comic strips have you looked at in your life?
Oh, gosh. A lot.
Number 2, who's Dagwood's wife? What's her name?
Blondie.
Number 1, what was the cartoonist's name that drew Winnie Winkle?
Oh, my goodness.
Number 2, do you know that answer?
I don't know.
Number 3, do you know that answer? All right, that solves that. Number 1, who is Superman's girlfriend? Her name?
Superman, that's Lois Lane.
All right, number 2, do you have any idea who Batman's sidekick is?
Robin.
And we go to Polly.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we do.
Oh, all right. Number 3, there is one cartoon where the woman was single for a long time and got married, and they haven't changed the attitudes. Which one is that?
Brenda Starr.
Number 1, who writes Brenda Starr?
Oh, it's a gal. She's been doing it for many years. She's the only woman who's had
Number 2, who does Brenda Starr?
Don't know her name.
Number 3?
Don't know.
No. Number 1, what is the name of Brenda Starr's boyfriend?
Oh, I never got
And we go to Bill Cullen. You're saved, number 1 by the bell.
We're all equally good at names around here, I notice. Dick, it was Brenner, wasn't it? Who did Winnie Winkle? Brenner, I think. Anyway, number 1, in Gasoline Alley, the wife was always treated very kindly. Uncle Walt's wife was treated very kindly, and she was drawn as an attractive person. Do you remember her name?
No, I don't.
Do you know who the boy is in Gasoline Alley, number 1?
The only one I remember is Skizix.
And he is in Gasoline.
And he's the only one.
You don't remember his mother's name?
No,
She was a sweetheart. Number 2.
I don't.
Now, number 3, you're not going to tell me that you've forgotten.
No.
And we go to Pat Collins.
Number 3, are you married? Number 3, are you married? Yes. And how would you rate your husband on the chauvinism scale? Well, be careful, he's watching.
Yes. He's not chauvinistic.
No, and how about you, number 1? Are you married?
Number 1,
that's
me. I'm definitely married, and I'm not married to a chauvinist.
No. Number 2, how would you rate Olive Oil in terms of the way she's treated by the men around her?
Considering what olive oil is like, I'd say very well.
That's a great answer. All right.
And number 3, do you think that television, sitcoms in particular, do any better by women than the comic strips that you've evolved your theory about? Number 3.
I would say that they're probably treated the same in most mediums. However, I dealt specifically with comic strips.
Do you think, number 2, that...
Once again, they're ringing that little bell, panel. That means time is up, and now it's time to vote for number 1, for number 2, or for number 3. Whoever, in your opinion, is the real Marie Snyder. And we pay $100 for each incorrect vote. And if our team of challengers completely bamboozle you, they will win $500. Now, the ballot's all marked, panel. Dick, who'd you vote for?
Well, I was trying to catch them all, and I couldn't catch anybody because I've been a comic strip fan for a while. Number 2 looks like she knew the answers, looks like sort of an intellectual type that take a silly subject like this and make something out of it. I know, I'm really concerned about this. I want to
Okay. And Polly, who got your vote?
I think I know number 1, but I voted for number 3. If it's number 1, I'll kill him. I obviously don't know her very well.
Okay, Bill, who'd you vote for?
I think it's number 2, and I think the one Polly knows is her sister Marie.
Okay, Pat, who got your vote?
I voted for number 2.
Was that wrong?
You may be wrong.
Oh,
now we're going
you
to find
might
out,
be
in fact,
wrong.
which of these people, in fact, has studied marriage in the comics. Will the real Marie Snyder please stand up? Take a bow. Definitely a big point for Polly. Polly, congratulations. Let's find out who our imposters are, panel. Number 1, would you tell us, please, who you are and what you really do?
I'm Ellen Dodge Young, and I'm a numerologist.
Oh! I know her. Yeah, she had my number. She's fabulous.
Yes,
She's just fabulous. But I haven't known her for long. She did my numbers.
As long as you're not a memory expert.
I knew her. I knew her.
So you've got Polly's number. Yeah. Number 2, you got 3 votes. You did extremely well. Would you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
My name is Dale Joan Young, and I work for Hospital Audiences, a group that provides cultural entertainment for handicapped people, and I'm their special events coordinator.
Marie, you've done a study. You obviously feel there's kind of sociological importance to the fact that men are portrayed as bumbling idiots and wives as kind of aggressive, obnoxious people. But if we portrayed people in comics as being mature and well-adjusted and with very positive relationships, would that be comic? Would that be funny?
Well, I would suggest that people are portrayed in the comics as they probably are really seen in society. I think they are reflective. That doesn't answer your question exactly, but I don't think it's just comic. I think it's reflective.
Well, there were 3 incorrect votes. You've won yourself $300. I congratulate you. Thank you for joining us on To Tell the Truth, and we'll see 2 of you on one-on-one. Stay where you are. And we'll be back after these words of wisdom, so you stay where you are, please. Alan Coulter, we are back to play one-on-one. Here are 4 people that you have run across in your lives before. Now, panel, you remember Ellen and Dale, we couldn't forget you, who pretended to be Marie Snyder, and you remember Michael and Sidney, who were imposters for John Mao. Now, you do know something about these people, but there's one fact about one of them that we have held back until right now. One of these 4 people is also a member of the New York City Police Force, and it's up to you to find out which one. And here's how you go about it. You will each have 20 seconds to question the person sitting directly opposite you. At the end of that time, you'll be asked to cast your vote there and then as to whether that person is a member of New York's finest. And Bill, are you ready to question Sidney?
I'm ready to
then
question
start
Sidney.
now.
Sidney, what do you do as a member of New York's finest? What's your rank, in other words?
Well, I'm just, I work with juveniles and try to get them on the right road.
And are you undercover or do you wear a uniform?
I wear a uniform and I work at the 17th Precinct.
And where is the 17th Precinct, Sidney?
It's on 67th Street between 3rd Avenue and Lexington Avenue.
Are you a
Bill, is Sidney our police officer, yes or no?
No, I do not think Sidney is.
That's a no for Sidney. And Patty, ready to question Michael?
Yes,
Then
Michael, what precinct in New York, real precinct, was Kojak based on, character?
What precinct was that in? I think it was the 10th precinct. I'm not sure.
Who's our police commissioner?
McGuire.
What division are you in? What?
I work police patrol.
Are you for the 2-man car, or do you think you can get by with a 1-man car patrol?
I prefer 2. two people.
That is Michael, our police officer. Yes or no?
Yes.
That's a yes for Michael. And Dick, you ready to question Dale?
Dale, how many females are there on the New York police force?
About 218.
How long have you been doing that work?
About 6 months.
You carry a gun?
Yes.
What's the
38
most
calls.
dangerous thing about your work?
Getting mugged.
Do you have any trepidation about being partnered with a male, or would you rather have a female partner?
I'm not a partner, I'm a decoy.
Right, a decoy. I understand that. Oops, okay.
And Dick,
she's a police lady.
That's a yes for Dale.
She's a police
Okay.
officer.
Now, Polly, you have disqualified yourself and questioned Ellen since she's done your charts. Will a real New York City police officer please stand up? Michael, you are a comic and a clown and a police officer. 3 professions that don't seem to be incredibly kind of
you don't live in New York long.
compatible. I guess that's true. They do. Do you kind of try routines on prisoners you're taking in, like a captive audience kind of thing?
Well, when the prisoners are being carried out of the 17th precinct, I tell them, I don't want any more crime now, no more crime, stuff like that.
Was that Jimmy Cagney? I'm not sure. Okay, but you won $200. Thank you for joining us on One-on-One. It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much. We'll be back after these messages. Dick, do you still read the comics? Do you still read the funny pages?
Not regularly, no.
Who was that comic strip? I never heard of that one that you and Bill knew. What
Winnie Winkle. Winnie Winkle's before your day, Rob.
Yes.
And only those of us who've been around since the Stone Age.
We know, yes. All right.
It was before Pat's and my day, too, then.
Yeah. Oh, yes, indeed. Indeed it was.
Amazing. For a man in your 70s, I just can't...
That's true.
Which one of us are you looking at?
That's true.
Listen, I'd like to say thank you for joining us on the show. It was a great pleasure once again, and I hope you come back real soon and join us on To Tell the Truth. Thanks, my uncle, you know.
Syndicate. This is Alan Calder speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Don't touch that remote. Up next, funny man Steve Allen watches a panel of celebrities as they try to separate fact from fiction. I've Got a Secret is next here on Game Show Network.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Jane Grace, and I'm holding a 6.5-pound tomato.
Number 2.
My name is Jane Grace, and I'm holding a 200-pound watermelon.
And number 3.
My name is Jane Grace, and I'm holding an 82-inch gourd.
Only one of these people is the real Jane Grace and has sworn to tell the truth. And now, from Studio 6A, New York's Rockefeller Center, let's meet our panel. Star of Broadway films, TV, and recording, Soupy Sales, the toast of Good Morning America, Pat Collins. Celebrating his 28th year as host of American Bandstand, Dick Clark. And what would an all-star panel be without Peggy Cass? And here's the host of To Tell the Truth, Robin Ward.
group, a very good group. It's great to see you. I'm glad you could join us. Penny, you're looking good. You saw all those vegetables out here before the show. I've got to say this before we start, that the watermelon and the tomato are accurate, full-size models of the original garden product, and the gourd is real. You know, so I just want to, and if you don't think that, you're out of your gourd, as far as I can tell that one. Let's get right down to the problem presented by our first team of challengers, all three of whom claim to be Jane Grace. And would you open your envelopes, please, and follow along as I read. I, Jane Grace, am the owner of Grace's Gardens and publisher of the world's most unusual seed catalog. It features seeds for hundreds of kinds of fruits, flowers, and vegetables from all over the globe, and contains photos of plants that have grown to amazing proportions, just like those you just saw. Many people write to me about their garden gargantuas. I offer prize money to those who set records and purchase the championship seeds for resale through the catalog. Thanks to my interest in these immense edibles, I have also become the official horticultural authenticator for the Guinness Book of World Records. Signed, Jane Grace. And welcome, ladies. Good to have you here. And hello to the vegetables. Nice to see you. And panelists, ladies, all claim to be horticulturalist Jane Grace. Let's start the questioning with Soupy Sales.
Thank you. That watermelon and the tomato, man, you could, some BTL would be great, wouldn't you? A thing like that. Number one, how did you come up on the thing of discovery of how to grow large plants like that?
We do not grow them. People write to us and tell them that they have grown them.
Oh, number two, you mean to say this is not one of your products?
No.
Well, number three, what do you do when they send these to you?
Well, I authenticate, you know, their size, etc. And sometimes we buy the seed to sell through our catalog.
Number one.
And we go to Pat Collins.
Number two, what is that? That's in front of the 1, the 2, and the 3. Is that a yam or a this?
The gourd.
It's a gourd.
That's a real one.
That's a real gourd,
real
all of it. How would that tomato, those oversized vegetables of any kind, the tomato, number 2, how would it taste?
The tomato is a delicious variety, and it is truly delicious.
Tastes like a real tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, what is the very largest veggie in the Guinness Book of World Records, or largest plant that you've authenticated?
Well, there's a 500-pound squash.
It's great for Thanksgiving. Number 1, there's a common Christmas plant that's poisonous, and actually if a little child ate it, he or she'd have a problem. What plant is that?
There's 2 of them. One would be a mistletoe, and one would be a poinsettia.
And we go to Dick Clark.
Number 2, that thing that's laid out in front of all of you, does that grow straight down into the ground?
No.
Does it? Oh, I see. It lies on top of the ground. I was going to say, you have to have a heck of a garden if it was
Very
that.
good,
What do I know?
Very good.
Number 3, I know that's a model, but the real watermelon, what did that weigh?
200 pounds.
200-pound watermelon? Number 1, one of your friendly competitors' companies has the name Burpee on it. What was Mr. Burpee's first name? Do you know, number 2, what Burpee's first name was?
Orville.
Say again?
Orville.
Thank you very much. Number 3, how deep do you plant peas?
I'm not really a gardener.
Peas.
No.
And we go to Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 1, how do they get purple broccoli?
Mostly with dyes when they're planted.
With dyes?
Dyes when they're planted.
They throw like dye into the ground?
It doesn't harm you if you eat it. It's just for looks.
Oh, I think it looks awful myself anyway. Number 2, who was Luther Burbank?
He was a botanist.
Okay. Now, number 1, if you do you really agree that tomato would taste good?
Yes, it is a delicious tomato, truly.
Well, number 2, wouldn't a tomato like that that's so enormous just hang down and break the vine?
Well, you have to prop them up to some degree. Obviously, it would.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are the vines
They're ringing that
stalks?
bell, panel. That means the time is up and discussion is over, and now it's time to vote for number 1, for number 2, or for number 3. Whoever, in your opinion, is the real Jane Grace. And we pay $100 for each incorrect vote. And 4 incorrect votes will give our team of challengers $500. Are the ballots all marked, panel? Soupy, who got your vote?
Well, I thought all 3 were great, but number 1 knew that you shouldn't eat mistletoe. You should just kiss under that. And it's more more fun on the lips than on the... And also that I think it's number one. She seemed to
Okay,
know.
and Pat, who'd you vote for?
I also think it's number one. She just
All right.
looks like the right type.
And Dick, what about you?
Number one turned me off for a minute because she didn't know Mr. Burpee's first name. It's W. Atlee Burpee, the most famous seed man in the world. But then when I listened to number two call him Orville, I knew she wasn't the one. I never got to, it's got to be number one.
Okay. And Peg, who got your
Well, I
vote?
didn't believe Orville either, but she, number one, I can't believe they throw purple dye on top of broccoli seeds and it comes out that funny color, so I voted for number 3.
All right, the votes are all in, and now we're going to find out which of these ladies, in fact, is the record authenticating horticulturalist. You try and say that. Will the real Jane Grace please stand up?
I've been wiped out.
Come on.
Okay.
I think I lost for Orville.
Before we clear up the matter of Orville, let's find out who our imposters are. Number one, you got yourself 3 votes. Could you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
My name is Betty Jo Newman. I own the Tickle Pink Petunia Antique Shop in West New York, New Jersey.
And number 3, you aided and abetted in the downfall of our panel. Could you tell us about yourself, please?
My name is Angie Smith. I'm a housewife and mother of 4 children, and I have a brown thumb.
Jane, Orville? Why Orville?
Talk about drawing a blank.
Oh, just a little. Well, everybody makes mistakes. We'll allow
Heading
that
off
to
the
work.
Thank
There
you.
was a complete skunk. There were 4 incorrect votes, giving you the jackpot of $500. We forgive you, Orville, and we forgive you everything. Thanks for joining us on To Tell the Truth. And we'll be back after these words, so don't go away. Why buy? We are back, and let's meet our next team of challengers.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Robert McHugh.
Number 2.
My name is Robert McHugh.
And number 3.
My name is Robert McHugh.
All right, panel, once again, would you open your envelopes and follow along as I read? I, Robert McHugh, am a detective with the New Jersey State Police. Recently, I was involved in an undercover police operation in Atlantic City called Operation Seashore. It was initiated because of the alarming rise in property and street crime since the advent of legalized gambling in that resort community. Posing as businessmen, we opened a storefront and let it be known that we would be willing to buy drugs and other hot merchandise, including gold and silver. In 18 months, we recovered more than $500,000 worth of stolen property. As a result of Operation Seashore, 112 persons were indicted, including 1 policeman. Signed, Robert McHugh. And welcome, gentlemen. It's good to have you on the show. And panel, these 3 gentlemen all claim to be New Jersey State Police Detective Robert McHugh. Let's start the questioning with Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Mr. McHugh, number 3, why do you think that kind of crime is happening in Atlantic City?
Because of the influx in casino gambling.
Well, is it because people have lost their shirts and they're out clipping stuff to pawn? Number 1?
Say that question
Is it
again?
because people have lost money and they're stealing stuff so they get away money?
No, it's because of the influx of the type of people, let's say gambling and so forth, and you now have the people who were already there working off them.
But number 2, I thought that Atlantic City was supposed to go to be so supervised and so clean and so wonderful for Atlantic City. It doesn't seem that it turned out that way, right?
Well, it is supervised. The gambling is supervised, but the street crime is rampant.
Well, number 3, you always had street crime in Atlantic City, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, I mean...
And we go to Soupy Sales.
Number 1, the property that was sold to you, was that from the Atlantic City area or from other states?
Basically from the Atlantic City area.
Number 2, were you able to track it because of the serial numbers?
Yes.
Number 3, was it all recovered for the people who the property who had been stolen from?
Some of the property has not yet been identified.
Number one, these people who had their property stolen, did they come to you to see if you had any of their property?
Well, no. Normally we have lists of all the property that is stolen, and then we refer those people to try and have them identify it.
Number two.
And we go to Pat Collins.
Number 3, what are the names of the 2 biggest hotels in Atlantic City now, recently remodeled?
Resorts International and Caesars.
Number 1, was this a dangerous assignment? Any close calls?
A number of times, not too many.
Can you name one in particular?
Yes, one day our store was almost held up.
Oh, that would have been inconvenient. There goes the case. Number 2, can you tell me the difference between an indictment and a conviction?
Well, an indictment is where we think the person committed the crime, and the grand jury would indict him on that information. A conviction would be after the jury hears the case and convicts the person.
Number 3, do it.
And we go to Dick Clark.
Well, I'll pick up with number 3. What kind of a store was this? What did you call it?
It was called Seashore Sales, and it was a gold and silver buying store.
Where was it located, number 1?
It's on Atlantic Avenue.
On Atlantic Avenue. Number 2, was there any insinuation that this might be entrapment, that you were inducing people to take part in illegal activities?
Not really. Not the way we operated.
Number 3, what'd you sell the most of, gold, silver, or drugs?
We didn't sell anything. We bought.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you resold.
No.
Oh, I misunderstood. Number 1, if you bought, how did people find? Were you a pawn shop? How did they get to you?
No, what we did is, while we opened the store, we ourselves infiltrated into bars, got to know various people who were questionable in the area and so forth.
You were a fence.
So ringing that bell, that means time is up. And now it's time, panel, to vote for number 1, for number 2, or for number 3, whoever you think is the real Robert McHugh. And now the ballot's all marked, panel. Peggy, who'd you vote for?
Oh, you see, number 3 looks as though his name is Robert McHugh to me. The singing Irish cop. I voted for him.
Okay. You'd make a great detective.
Soupy, who got you?
I thought all 3 were great, but I don't know this. 3 is my choice.
All right, Pat?
I think, number 2, you're a New York City policeman. I've seen you around. Maybe that doesn't say anything about me being arrested. And number 1, I agree with Peggy. Doesn't look like a policeman. Number 3, have we done it to ourselves again?
Are you going to make this unanimous,
Oh,
Dave?
no.
This is the week.
Is it. We've done this all week long.
One more time.
Sink or swim,
All
Dick
right,
Clark.
okay. This is unanimous. Now we're going to find out which of these people worked undercover in Atlantic City with a real Robert McHugh. Please stand up.
It's 1.
We've redeemed ourselves.
Panel, you have redeemed you. Actually, you've been
Does
doing
it say
very well.
anything for this panel that they can spot a cop, but they can't pick out a horticulturalist?
It says a great deal, Dick.
That's all, but no, we don't want to say that.
Let's find out who our
I think
imposters are.
I'm
Number
choosing
1, would you tell us, please, who you are and what you do?
My name is John Kavanaugh. I'm in sales with the Textile Corporation, Clinton Mills.
Oh, great to have you. And number 2, could you tell us about yourself, please?
My name is Bob Peterson, and I am responsible for the studios at CBS Broadcast Center, where Pat used to work.
Oh, that's...
He said he was a New York policeman.
Pat thought you were a cop she'd seen on the beat down in... Robert, this was a pretty dangerous assignment for all of you, I guess. I mean, you're working with a criminal element, you're going to bars, you're setting up things, and eventually, when you made all these arrests, your cover was blown. And does that mean that you'll never be able to go into undercover operations again?
Well, we might be able to at a later date in a different area, but certainly not in Atlantic City.
Unfortunately, there were no incorrect votes. Our panel is just too sharp. You won no money, gentlemen, but perhaps you can redeem yourselves on the one-on-one. Thank you for joining us on To Tell the Truth. Thank you. And we'll be back after these messages with more of this. So if you can stay, we'd appreciate it.
This week.
We're back, and it's time to play one-on-one. And here are 4 people you have met before. Panel, you of course remember Betty Jo and Angie, who were imposters for Jane Grace, and of course John and Bob were pretended to be undercover policeman John McHugh. Now you do know something about these people, but there's one fact that we have withheld from you until this very moment. But first we'd like you to watch, before you start playing this game, this film of the finish of the 1976 Kentucky Derby. Just look down at the monitor here and you'll see a horse race.
Further back on the slide, gaining. Coming to the wire, it's Bull Forbes, the leader, with Honest Pleasure driving. It's Bull Forbes and Honest Pleasure. They're going to come to the wire together. Honest Pleasure the outside, Bull Forbes on the inside. Honest Pleasure, Bull Forbes. Bull Forbes has as they come to the wire. At the finish, it will be Bull Forbes. He wins it one length. Honest Pleasure is second. Elocution is third. Amano fourth. On the slide.
Okay, panel, one of these four people was an owner of Bold Forbes, the horse you just saw win the 1976 Kentucky Derby. It's up to you to find out which one, and we're going to start with Soupy. If you're ready to question Bob, start now.
All right, Bob, how much money did you win?
$165,000.
Who was the jockey?
Angel Cordero.
And how many, where's Bold Forbes now?
In Kentucky.
Is he still running?
No, he's syndicated.
He's syndicated? I wish I was syndicated.
Does Bob own part of that horse? Yes, or no? That's a yes for Bob. And Pat, if you're ready to question John, please start.
John, what are the other races in the Triple Crown?
The Preakness and the Belmont Stakes.
Do you remember who the governor of Kentucky was at the time you won the Derby?
Not offhand, no.
What time of year does the Derby take place?
The Derby takes place the first Saturday in May.
First Saturday in May. How much money did you win?
$165,000.
Was John part owner of Bold Forbes? Yes or
No.
no? That's a no for John. And Dick, if you're ready to question Angie, please hit it.
Angie, you can tell I'm a real racing fan. What kind of drinks do they serve at the Derby?
Mint juleps.
Oh, very good. What's a furlong?
1/8 of a mile.
What year was that? Quickly.
1976.
Son of a gun, I didn't catch her. How much did the jockey weigh?
Their weight for the race was 126 pounds.
What was the second horse in the race?
Did Angie own part of Bold
Not a
Forbes?
chance.
That's a no for Angie. And Peggy, if you're ready to question Betty Jo, please start.
Thank you. What state is the Preakness run in?
Kentucky.
And what state is the Belmont Stakes run in?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Baltimore.
Okay, what's the length of the Belmont? What's the distance?
3.
The distance of the Belmont. You know, when they race the Belmont.
3 miles.
Thank you. And what's...
Did Betty Jo own part of Bold Forbes, yes or no?
I have to disqualify myself because I happen to know one of those people.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize it at the time, but it just came to me that I know one of those
We
people.
have a disqualification, which counts as a vote for you people, so you're ahead of the game. The decisions have been made then, and it's now time for the truth. Will the real horse owner and part owner of Bold Forbes, to Kentucky Derby winner, please stand up? Dick Clark gave her the most emphatic no I've ever heard on this show. Angie, we have a couple of pictures taken of this big day. Must have been a great day in your life. Well, maybe you could tell us what's happening down here. Look at the monitor and we'll see.
That is right after the race, and there's Angel Cordero, you know, with his victory sign.
The pretty
very
well-known
excited. You know, he was, I'm from Puerto Rico, and, you know, he's Puerto Rican, so he was, that's at the Belmont Stakes. Not the Derby.
Must be the thrill of your life, though, when your horse
It
wins
really
the-
was, yes. It's marvelous.
Is it true that male horses run that fast because they're in a hurry to get put out to stud, or is that just a rumor?
You know, probably.
Okay, there were 3 incorrect votes and 1 disqualification, which gives you $400. Thank you for joining us on One-on-One. Angie, good luck on the track. Thanks so much. And we'll be back. We'll be back after these words. I was so excited about the horse race that I gave our last team of one-on-one challengers $100 too much, and our producers have informed me that it's going to be taken out of my check, so they will get the $400. Panel, we're right out of time. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. And you will see you the same time next time on To Tell the Truth. Thank you for coming.
This is Alan Coffey speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Dixon, Bill Todman production.
City in Hollywood. This is the $25,000 pyramid. Today's special guests are from Nightport, Marky Post, and from Dallas, Barry Jenner. And now here's our host, Dick Clark.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. We welcome you to the $25,000 pyramid. And we're off and running on a Wednesday. This is going to be a dynamite day. You've had 2 days to warm up to this thing. Are you ready for the kill?
Yeah.
You have a new partner, Marky.
Yes,
His name is Frank Conway. Frank, tell the lady what it is you do when you're not doing this.
I'm a law student and a paralegal, third oldest of 7 kids, and a Bandstand alumni.
You're kidding?
Yep, 4 years.
You were one of my kids?
From 80 to about 84.
Oh, you do get on in years. You. It's nice to have you back again.
Thank you.
Barry, did you ever dance on the bandstand?
No. I grew up in Philadelphia, and I tried to get in once, and a big guy named Tony Mammarella wouldn't let me in because I was too young. Of course, this was in 1938 or something.
That show was in its 34th year. We're all entitled. It's nice to have all of you here. Cindy Brassett is back again. You've won, a fair amount of money, haven't you?
$6,650.
I would say there's a fair amount of money. It's a good start in any case. An interior decorator versus the law student. The winner's circle awaits all of you folks over here, where you'll try to win $10,000 in the first trip in there, or $25,000 if you win twice in the same day. Here are the subjects up here for the first game from A to Z. Hand It To Me, Homes, Sweet Homes, Stripe Up the Band, Très Bien. Boy, we got a lot of crazies in there this time. Persuasive Tactics. Somebody has been doing strange things to the boards. There's a 7-Eleven in there, Marky. Where is it?
I'm going to go with something basic. Hand it to me.
Hand it to me. All right, that looks safe. Describe these things associated with a hand.
Okay.
Things associated with a hand. Ready, go.
Okay, you put these on.
Gloves. A salute.
Yes. You do this to a ball.
A throw.
Okay, you do this to a...
You drive.
Well,
car.
this is...
Steer.
Okay. I am doing this to your hands.
Clasping your hands. Grasping your hands. Holding.
Right. Okay, you massage...
Rub.
Yeah, right. Okay, what you said before.
Hold.
Fast,
Shake.
hard.
Grab.
Okay, yes.
Clutch.
Yeah.
Clutch. Pin.
You hold hands like this, you go, you...
Clutch.
Clasp. I said it.
Oh.
You said it before, but you just couldn't get back to it.
I knew I heard it somewhere, and I was saying, I wonder why he doesn't say it again. And it was you said it.
I said it.
Oh, no wonder.
Well, I said it when the buzzer went. I mean, I didn't say it.
What are we going to do, folks?
As a
It's
mistake.
6 out of 7 in any case. It's a good score. Barry?
Très bien, did we say? We said très bien.
Très bien? All right. You picked the one with the 7-Eleven. Bonus shot working here. Could pick up $1,100 just like that. Come up with 7 on a 7 on Barry. You've got the screen. Things associated with a tray. Things associated with a tray. Ready? Go.
Not lunch, dinner, but the first meal of the day is...
Breakfast.
He brings you your
Waiter.
meal, right. When you get sick, they rush you to the...
Hospital.
Before Columbus, they thought the earth was...
Flat.
I'm going to take out this food. I'm going to pick it up and...
Carry.
And where you go to eat, buffet style kind of, and you pay at the end.
A cafeteria.
And a tree is made of...
Wood.
Yes.
1 second to spare on that one. $1,100. That's a bonus if ever there was one. It's 7 to 6. Frank, which one of the last 4?
We'll try persuasive tactics.
All right. Describe these things that can influence you. Things that can influence you. Ready? Go.
Okay, we're on.
A game show. Pyramid.
No, you turn on your...
Television.
Okay. And you read a Life is a...
Pardon me,
you
magazine.
Read, okay. In between TV, you break for a sponsor.
Commercial.
Okay, and when you go to a shrink, the real name
Psychiatrist.
is... Okay. It's a fashion, the pet rock hula hoops. It's
a fad.
Okay. It's someone you love so much. He's a rock singer, Billy.
Idol.
Okay. The priest, another word for him is a... you hold him in
minister.
respect.
All righty, the Reverend. We're looking for 12-7. Cindy, we have from A to Z, Homes, Sweet Homes, and Stripe Up the Band.
Stripe up the band.
Well, let's see what it is. These are, that's it. Things that have stripes. Things that have stripes. Ready? Go.
We salute the...
Flag.
The horse with black...
Zebra.
A prisoner is a...
Convict.
A lion and
Tiger.
Scottish.
Plaid.
A worm, furry.
Inchworm. A caterpillar.
Right. I salute the stripe.
The country, the flag,
in the army,
medal.
in the army.
Your rank.
No.
Sergeant. No, you don't salute a sergeant.
You don't salute a sergeant.
The general, the officer.
Oh,
The officers get saluted. The sergeant doesn't get a salute. That's all right. You still got a point lead on the situation. It's 13-12. Frank, you're going to give or receive?
I'm going to receive.
Marky, what's it going to be?
From A to Z, please.
All right. Describe these words that end with the letter Z. These words end with the letter Z. Ready? Go.
The Wizard of
Oz.
A pop test is a little
Quiz.
Okay, it's a kind of music that
Jazz.
Taylor, blank.
Elizabeth. Liz.
Yes. A furry kind of something has
Fuzz.
fur on it. Yes. Okay, you dance to this.
Jazz waltz.
It's a kind of stone that you can sort of see through.
Topaz?
No, and it's
Quartz.
got a, yes.
Okay.
Came up with a 91. I can't believe it. Very good. Oh.
That screen sitting between the two of you. You slide it over to Barry. All right, Barry, you need 20 points to win this thing. Describe these things in a Sherlock Holmes movie. Things in a Sherlock Holmes movie. It requires 20 points for the win. Ready? Go.
He smoked a
Pipe.
The town in England.
London.
Big city. Not the maid, but the
Butler.
A scientist works in a
Laboratory.
I found a hint as to who the killer is. I
clue.
found a his friend, Dr. Dr. Yes, Sherlock Holmes and Dr.
I know.
Electricity is measured in.
Watson.
Right. He lives in a big fancy house.
Holmes. Mansion.
Oh, it's too late on Mansion. It is tied, folks. 19-19. Wipe the score clean. We'll break the tie. Dr. Watson cost you that one, but we'll break it now with words that begin with the letter R or the letter U.
R.
R? Want him to give again?
Yes, you can.
Barry, describe these words that begin with the letter R. Ready? Go.
You wear a wedding.
Ring.
In Italy, the big city.
Rome.
You put this to make your face red.
A rouge.
Oh, there's a little cock.
Roach.
The beads, the Catholic beads. You
a
say
rosary.
you're. At school, you take a break. It's a.
Recess.
And when you get 65, you don't work anymore. You.
Retire.
Okay, let's see what the other team can do with this time. Looks like 24 seconds up there. Marky, you're going to give. You got to come up with 7 out of 7 in less than 24 seconds.
Right.
Words that begin with the letter U. Everyone quiet, please. Ready? And go.
Okay, not pretty, but
Ugly.
Okay, you play this in Hawaii.
Ukulele.
Yes. Okay, the blank states of America.
United.
Yes. A one-horn
A unicorn.
animal. Yes. A coffee comes out of an
Urn.
Okay, the state where Salt Lake City is.
Utah.
Yes. Okay, everybody voted yes. It is
Unanimous.
Yes.
There you go. It's a win. Let's go to the winner's circle for Folks, we're going to move right into the game. We're trying for $10,000. Concentrate on one another's eyes. You can't do anything else other than give a little head nod if he's on the right direction. Do not converse otherwise than to give a list. Here is your first subject. Go.
His scalpel, his nurse.
What a surgeon uses.
Oh, people take me. I'm a little tablet they take me when I have a
What
headache.
Geritol? What aspirin? What aspirin would say?
Tulips, windmills.
Things in
wooden
Holland.
shoes.
Dutch things.
A large tree. A large umbrella.
Things that give you shade.
Yes.
Things that cover you.
Tamales.
Things that are hot. Things that are spicy.
Yes. A collected stamp.
Things that are rare. Things that are valuable.
A stamp. An envelope.
Things that are licked. Things that are canceled.
No. A scrapbook picture.
Things that are pasted.
Run for your life. Hey. All right, let's get you all up here so we can Line up. Frank, why don't you sit down in here so we can see everybody gathered behind you. Ye gadzooks, do you always travel with your fan club?
Yes, this is only part of them.
All right. Well, you know, Marky, let's start with the gentleman right
This is
here.
my oldest brother, Joe.
And next to him?
My father, Joe.
And the lady next to him?
My mom, Marge.
The gentleman?
My brother, Kevin.
And the lady on the end?
And my sister, Teresa.
The gang's all here, folks.
Almost. We're missing my sister, Mary, and my brother, Tom, and my other sister, Jennifer.
Oh, well, congratulations. I'm afraid I'm blocking a picture of you, and I don't mean to do so. Congratulations to all of you. If we can do it again, we get the man up to $25,000. We'll try to do that right after this. All is in order here. Where do we stand? Frank's won $10,000. The family, we got locked back in their cage so they don't assault us again here. You always travel with that many followers.
Yeah, you should see us go cross country.
It's terrific. An enthusiastic bunch of people. Barry Jenner, as you know, is joining us from Dallas. They're, as they say in television land, hiatusing. Where did that word come from, anyway? I've only heard it.
It's a legal term to me, doesn't it?
The first Greek series used that word.
In any case, he's vacationing, and they'll continue shooting later on. Marky's doing the same thing with Night Court. In the meantime, you ladies are on deck here for the next part of the game. We have the Children's Hour on the right track. Turn up the volume. Keep it under your hat. By the numbers, having a ball. We've got a mystery 7 this time. And if you get 7 out of 7, we'll send you to Bermuda.
Ew.
Where would you like to make that selection? Where is it?
By the numbers?
By the numbers is the choice. Describe these things associated with painting. Things associated with painting.
Okay.
Ready. Go.
The person that does it is
Artist.
things in the Louvre. It's a
museum.
Not dry, but
Wet.
You paint on a
Canvas.
Yeah. Okay, you put it in a and
Frame.
hang it on the wall. Yes. You keep all your paints on a
Easel. Palette.
Yes. Okay, a brush.
Stroke.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
7-0 the score.
I don't know how I was going to get you there if you didn't get it.
Gentlemen, it's your turn. Barry, please, your selection is what?
We've decided on Turn Up the Volume.
Turn up the volume. These are things that can be silent. Things that can be silent. Ready. Go.
In the circus with the big red nose and the funny thing. When you go to the cinema, you go to watch a movie or a
picture, a film.
You're right. He breaks into your house and steals.
A burglar.
A guy, Marcel Marceau, is
a mime.
When you sleep at night, you sometimes have images that go through your head.
A dream?
Not a nightmare. Right. This is a party game where you try to get the name of, you act out the name.
Charades.
Right. And in this game, you're my
partner.
7-7. Cindy Brassett makes a choice now. Cindy? Mystery 7 still in there.
The Children's Hour.
The Children's Hour.
The Children's Hour. Describe these famous children in fact or fiction. These are children in fact or fiction. Ready. Go.
Blank and the Three Bears.
Goldilocks.
In The Wizard of Oz, the
Dorothy.
girl. Blank the Menace.
Dennis.
Leave It to.
Beaver.
The fairy tales, Blank and Blank.
Hansel and Gretel.
Right. The little black boy on...
Sambo?
No, in TV.
Gary Coleman?
Yes. Fred Flintstone's little girl.
Pebbles.
You got it.
Jeez. I wasn't going to stop to laugh.
How on earth did you ever get the nursery rhyme blank and blank and you said Hansel and Gretel?
I don't know.
It could have been Jack
It was either
and
that
Jill.
or Romeo and Juliet. I don't know.
Simple Simon and the Pieman. Psychically attuned. Guys, you haven't got a chance the way they're playing. Frank, what do you want?
We're going to try having a ball, Dick.
Having a ball. All right, describe these games played with a ball. Games played with a ball. Ready. Go.
Okay. Kegling, also
Bowling.
knows... Okay. Chinese play it?
Tennis. Ping pong.
You throw the ball to me and I...
Catch.
Pele plays this game.
Soccer.
Okay, 5 little pieces of metal in a ball, you drop it, you pick
Jags.
it up. Right.
Basketball.
Okay, it's with a mallet on the lawn.
Croquet.
Okay.
Okay, it's 14-14. Cindy and Marky have the choice now. Mystery 7 still there.
On the right track?
On the right track, the lady says. Is that it? It is not. Describe these things associated with a train. Things
With a train.
associated with a train.
Okay.
Ready. Go.
Okay, it's an underground...
Tunnel.
No, you buy a ticket in New York, you go underground, and you take the...
Subway.
Okay, you walk down as a bride, you walk down...
Aisle.
Okay, the Holland in New
Tunnel.
York, yes. Goodbye is another word for this. Adieu, so long. You pay, not sick, but...
Well.
Yes.
Welcome.
Oh, no.
Well.
Pass. Okay, murder on the...
Orient Express.
Yes. You have to look at the times they're running.
Ladies, that's not a good play for you, I'm sorry to say. Gentlemen, you've got the mystery 7 behind Keep It Under Your Hat, flip it around. If you get 7 out of 7, you win the bonus trip. And that means you need 21 points, and it will be a trip for 2 to Bermuda if you get up there to 21. At 19, you will have won the game. So folks in the audience, when they get to 19, let it ride. Please don't applaud. Let them go for the win of the bonus. Barry, you going to give? Okay, here's your 30 seconds. Ready? And... Quiet, please. Oop, I'm sorry, correct the clock. It was my mistake by talking. Ready? And go.
Fake hair a man wears.
A toupee.
Is a big...
a wig.
Right. On the cake, you put this
frosting.
Over your house is the
A
thing
roof.
that keeps the rain out. Right. You sleep under your blanket. Right over you is
The covers?
a cotton
blanket.
A
down,
light
a comforter?
cotton white. It's
The
white.
sheet.
You put this red stuff on your hamburger.
Pepper.
No, it's
Lowry's.
red. It comes out of it.
Ketchup.
Right. The man in the iron.
Mask.
After you, on top of an eye, you put a little
dot.
All right. That's a win all the way around.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah, you're all right.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
That
Man looks stunned. First of all, gentlemen, those are things that are placed over other things. As the bonus, you've won a trip for 2 to Bermuda. You'll have a 1-week stay. The point score is 21. You've won the try at $25,000. Let's go. I was saying to these gentlemen before, after I heard Hansel and Gretel, I wouldn't have given you a dime for your chances of being here. And the game turned around, and here you are, going for $25,000 on this try. Let's do it, gentlemen. Here is your first subject. Go.
Apple pie, peach pie, crepe Suzette.
Desserts.
Look at that again. Read it.
Oh, the Kalahari.
Deserts.
The Gobi. Oh,
Deserts.
Good grief. Gee, you look very nice today. Gee, you have pretty eyes. The people, the dancers, the music, the confetti.
Parts of a New Year's Eve party?
Grapes. Swinging Tarzan.
Things on a vine.
Old pennies. Policeman's buttons.
Things you collect. Things that are made out of brass. Things that are made out of copper.
A surgeon's instruments.
Things that are sterilized.
There's not enough room for all of us. Barry, you sit here. I sent Barry back to his chair because we got too many people. I'll tell you what, in case we run out of time, start with the newcomers. We'll go over to the lady on the our far left in the yellow.
This is my favorite gal, Julie Sepulveda.
Next to her.
Laura Farrell, one of my best friends, and Lorraine Glenn, one of our neighbors.
All right, and then you better run the family.
My little sister Teresa, my older brother Joe, my younger brother Kevin, my mom Marge, and Dad Joe.
And you remembered them all.
Yes.
Congratulations. Beautiful job. Terrific job. I must tell you, to my total humiliation, I let you go along with desserts and deserts and all of that. And I didn't register, and somebody said, hey, man, that's not what it is.
I was thinking... When I heard him, I knew it was desert, so...
You know, funny things go through your mind in this game. When I realized that I was wrong in that category, and I went to deserts, for something clicked in my mind, I said, we're going to get this one. I don't know why, but after I corrected that mistake, somehow I said, this is it.
Well, the crime would have been if you didn't make it, the amount of time you would have.
With this many people
let's have a round of applause, folks. We'll be right back. $25,000.
My dad's a stockbroker. He can help me with it.
Not dead. See that you give it to him. This has been a good day, folks. Marky, we'll see you tomorrow. Cindy, I'm sorry we're going to lose you, but you won $7,750. Congratulations. Barry, until tomorrow. Frank, you're on your way for more. On your way to Bermuda, too, with $25,000 and more coming up tomorrow. For now, Dick Clark. So long.
City in Hollywood. This is the $25,000 Pyramid. Today's special guests are from Night Court, Marky Post, and from Dallas, Barry Jenner. And now, here is your host, Dick Clark.
Hey! Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. 'Tis good to hear the sound of your voice, my friend. This is it, folks. It's a Friday. We got to warm up the weekend, make these people happy. Marky, are you a happy person?
I'm very happy, thank you.
Right. Now, Deborah, I will not attempt to do this name until you tell me exactly how it's done. I could try, but I could probably get in trouble. What is your new last name?
Comedina.
Comedina?
Yes.
K-O-M-A?
D-I-N-A.
What is the derivation, the country of origin? Where's it come
Yugoslavia.
from? Yugoslavia.
Yes.
How long have you been married?
5 weeks today.
You got to get used to it. Happy day. Deborah, you know how the game is played and all of that stuff, so I'll just skip on to the other side and then we'll get on with this thing. Barry, are you up to
yeah, wasn't that a song?
What's that?
Comedina.
Sounds like an old Italian melody with a little mandolin playing in the background. Frank Conway, you've won how much money so far?
$25,800.
And a compact disc and a trip to...
Bermuda.
Where was it?
Bermuda.
Bermuda, I forgot for the second. You are a law student. How much further is your career in that?
I graduate in December and take the bar in February. So this will tide me over till I start charging fees.
Yeah. says he with a smile. Look at it. A true lawyer. Till I get those fees. Folks, the winner circles over here. Get over there and win that money. That's what we'd like to have you do. These are the subjects for your ears only. Slip of the tongue, pleasing to the eye, give and take. Stem the tide, everybody's doing it. 7-11 in the first part of the game, and Marky Post makes the first pick.
We like pleasing to the eye.
All right, describe these things associated with beauty.
Okay.
Things associated with beauty. Ready? Go.
Smile. Smile.
You put on makeup or...
cosmetics.
Yes. There she goes.
Miss America.
Yes. She's cute and beautiful. She's another word.
Pretty.
Yes. She has an hourglass.
Figure.
Yes. Okay, Beauty and the...
The Beast.
Yes. A health place or a
spa.
Yes, thank you.
All right. 7 points.
Okay.
7 to 6.
We're going to give a plunge to the holiday spa.
What did I say, 7 to 6? Why would I give you a score that you haven't earned
take
yet?
it.
My mind has gone off to another game or something. Barry, what would you like?
We would like slip of the tongue.
That's what I just did. Describe these things associated with a scandal. Things associated with a scandal. Ready? Go.
What you're going to be when you graduate?
A lawyer, an attorney.
You have an illicit love...
Affair.
Last blank and testament.
Will.
You're under...
Arrest.
The show I'm on. The city of
Dallas.
Texas. Nothing sure in life but death
and taxes.
I heard a story about somebody. It's an ugly...
Rumor.
There you go.
Lawyer in Dallas are great.
Yes.
Frank? Frank, I would have given anything if he had looked at you and said, the show I'm on, and you said to him, darn if I know. You know what that man did to me last time I was here? The clue was bloopers, and he named the show that ripped us off. He gave the name of the... never. You're going to see that. Never will you forget that.
I know.
Well, I won't name the show.
It wasn't funny when it happened.
It was a joy. Deborah, what would you like?
Stem the tide.
All right, describe these things with a stem. Things with a stem. Ready? Go.
Okay, this is something that's on trees and it has veins in it.
Oh,
the little
a leaf?
ones, yes. And this is fruit with fuzz on it.
A peach?
Yes. And this is something, it's a flower, has little petals, white and yellow. Please don't eat the...
Daisies?
Yes. It's another fruit, it's shaped like an hourglass. It's
a
yellow,
pear?
yes.
This is something peas come in.
Pod.
Yes. A four-leaf.
Clover.
Yes. This is something, it's vegetable, and you pull off the stems and you dip it in butter. Yes.
All righty, we got a good game going here. Frank? I'm sorry, couldn't
For
hear
your
you.
ears only.
For your ears only. All right, you've got the one with the 7-11. Get it up to 14, you win that extra $1,100 with words that begin with the letters F-O-R. Words that begin with the letters F-O-R. Ready, go.
Okay, you eat with a
Fork.
And this is my
Forehead.
Remember or
Forget.
And all the trees are in a
Forest.
And the Indians attack the
Fort.
And you win a whole lot of money. The wheel of
Fortune.
And not from this country, it's from another country.
Foreign.
All right, we've got a tie game going. It's 14-14. You've won $1,100 as a bonus. Marky and Deborah, what'll it be? Ladies, name it.
Everybody's doing it.
Okay, you're going to give?
Yes.
Describe these things that became a fad.
Okay.
Things that became a fad.
Okay.
Ready, go.
Okay, a handlebar.
Mustache.
Yes. Running.
Jogging.
Yeah. It goes up and down on a string. A toy.
yo-yo.
Yes. Not the maxi, but the
mini. Mini skirt.
Your hair, you make.
Bouffant hairdo.
Well, you get it curly and it stays that
perm,
way.
a
Yeah.
perm,
Yes. Yes. Okay. Chubby checker and the
twist.
Yeah. Okay. You sit and you say your mantra and you
meditate.
Yes.
Okay, that's it, ladies. 21 points. Perfect game. We get to a perfect game, 21-21. The person breaks the tie, as you know, wins $5,000 as bonus money. Barry, you're giving? Sure. Let's get it to 21. Things people take. Things people take. Ready, go.
You take a short sleep.
Nap.
You go for a
stroll, a walk, a jog.
A doctor practices
medicine.
On a ship, you take a
cruise.
When the road is out, they tell you to take
detour.
When you get on a horse and you go for a
ride.
And when you take office, you take an
oath.
That's it. We got a tie game. 21-21 goes to 0. We break the tie with the people who caused the tie, Barry and Frank. Words that begin with the letter L or J.
Come on, J. Okay. Weird.
J, you want Barry to give?
J, Barry will give.
Describe these words that begin with the letter J. Ready, go.
Tokyo is in
Japan.
I'm wearing a
jacket.
This is wild in a deck of cards.
A joker.
Oh, I think that man's messing with my wife. I'm very green-eyed.
Jealous.
You unscrew the lid.
A jar.
The man who cleans up the school.
Janitor.
And you've hit the
jackpot.
Hey! That's a short length of time. We'll take their time left over, which is... Wait to see what the judge calls for time. 18 seconds, lady. It's a tight one. Got to get in high gear here. 7 out of 7 with words that begin with the letter L. Ready, go.
Okay, you mow your
lawn.
Okay, these are your
lashes.
Okay, Tahoe is a
lake.
A baby sheep is a
lamb.
Yeah. Okay, you wear in exercising. You wear a
leotard.
Yes. A black candy on a stick.
Licorice.
Yes.
Licorice.
Okay, a cowboy does this.
Lasso.
Yes.
You got it, ladies. You won it. $5,000 in bonus money. Congratulations. Let's go for the $10,000 in the winner's circle. Great time. What do you mean? We'll let you relax for half a second. I mean, when I said get into high gear, boy, that was fabulous. 18 seconds, jam, 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 jam. You just got it in about a half a second to spare. You can relax a little bit here, not quite as frenetic, because you can scare yourself into not getting answers. So with that word of advice, let's do it for $10,000, all right? Here's your first subject. Go.
The words, the definitions.
Things in a dictionary.
Bernie. Susskind, frost, pass.
Next, please.
Yes. In your safe, in your top drawer.
Where you keep money, where you keep valuables, where you keep...
around your neck.
Where you keep diamonds.
Yeah.
Where you keep necklaces.
On your finger, on your... pass it.
Next.
An oil picture. Your living room walls.
What you paint. What are paint? Things you paint.
What you have to do today. The groceries you have
Things
to
you
get.
make a list for.
Yes. Your dead dog.
Things you mourn. Things you're sad about.
Your
What kind of a clue? Don't turn around. It's just a funny clue.
I was hoping things you can't replace.
I mean, most people would say a burned out light bulb. Things you replace.
Oh.
You are a sick person.
But I'll tell you something. I was thinking maybe she'll go for things you can't replace, and that'll get it from there. I can't redeem myself. Forget it.
Clue. I mean, do you know how many dog lovers there are on the
I'm
world?
one. I have a dog I love that
Address
can't be
your
replaced.
mail to Marky Post.
I'm an...
No.
Oh.
Let me
Under
take,
pressure,
take the
Dick.
onus off of that. You say things here you wouldn't normally say because you get a little desperate. There was no meaning to that. What I was desperate on the other one. You said in a safe, in a velvet box.
Oh, yes.
On your...
Pearl? See, she had all the things. She
What's
just didn't have the
name
generic
for pearls and
bracelets.
Jewelry, you got it.
Right.
All right,
You would have had it.
$455, $600. We'll be right back. Monday on the $25,000 pyramid, our celebrity guest will be from not necessarily the news, Annie Bloom, bright lady, and a man who's played this game that is terrific, Tom Poston from the Newhart Show. Deborah, you've won $600. You're partnered with Barry Jenner. Marky, you and Frank are a team. And Marky, I want you to know we have a special message for you.
I wish I had a defense, but I have
You should
none.
explain you are a dog lover. Will
I
you?
am a dog lover. I have a wonderful dog, Cully, at home, and it doesn't do me any good to plug her name because she doesn't watch. She doesn't. She watches. She doesn't.
Okay, put that behind us. Let's get on with the game. Frank and Marky, these are your subjects. We have a perfect pitch, touch and go, the single file, rough and ready, shoot for the stars, ring around the collar. We offer up a home computer this time. If the Mystery 7 turns up and you get it, what would you like?
How are you at baseball?
Oh, fine.
Okay, perfect pitch.
Perfect pitch, please.
Perfect pitch. Describe these people are characters who have appeared in commercials. People are characters who've appeared in commercials. Ready, go.
He has his own show now, a black comedian.
Bill Cosby.
Yes. Can We Talk?
Joan Rivers.
Yes. The guy who did Thriller.
Michael Jackson.
Yes. She's on Dallas, and she has a beautiful butt.
Victoria
Yes.
Principal.
The cat. The
Felix.
orange cat.
Oh,
Orange
Garfield.
Cat. No.
Heathcliff.
No, commercials.
Oh, Morris.
Yes. Okay. He's the brat tennis player.
John McEnroe.
Yes. Okay. He squeezed the Charmin.
Mr. Whipple.
Yes.
All right. I didn't realize there were so many cats in the world. We finished with the dogs. Now we're on to the world of cats. You named every pussy cat in the world. Deborah, stand by. Barry, your choice.
Shoot for the stars?
That's good.
Okay, we think shoot for the stars.
Shoot for the stars. Describe these things associated with a star. Things associated with a star. Ready, go.
They're all up in the...
Sky.
This is the town where they make movies. We're in it now.
Hollywood.
Blank, blank, little star.
Twinkle, twinkle.
When you blank upon a star...
When you wish upon a star.
Nice voice. It's not dull, it's very...
Bright.
It's the big or little.
Dipper.
And this is a person who looks at the stars and tells you what your fortune will be.
Okay, it's 7-7. Frank Conway makes a choice of the remaining four. Frank?
We'll try Ring Around the Collar.
Ring around the collar. Things associated with a necklace. Things associated with a necklace. Ready, go.
Okay, I'm giving you a...
Gift. Present.
Okay. Red...
Ruby.
Okay, and Calvin Klein is a fashion...
Designer.
Okay, and if it's fake jewelry, it's...
Paste.
On Halloween, you put on a...
A costume jewelry.
A blank of pearls.
String.
Okay. And the little round things that all strung together. And...
Choker.
Deborah, what would you like? Please say it again.
Rough and ready.
Rough and ready. All right, describe these things that are rough. Things that are rough. Ready. Go.
Okay, this is not a crocodile, but a
alligator.
Yes. And this is you have a beard, you have it shaved, you have
stubble.
A cat has
whiskers.
Yes. This is something a football player does to get you on the ground. Yes. This is something you find in the desert. It has thorns.
Cactus.
Yes. This is members of a street
gang.
Yes. This is something you take. You go on a plane. You take a
ride.
No,
flight.
Yes. This is something a dog does. We just heard it a little while ago.
Barks.
Yes.
All right. 14-14. Could be a 21 situation. Tiebreaker wins 5,000. Marky, the mystery seven's under one of those. Where is it?
Touch and go.
Touch and go is the choice. You've left it for the other team. You've got the screen.
Yes.
Describe these things associated with touch.
Okay.
Things associated with touch. Ready. Go.
This is my
hand.
Yes. Okay.
Tickle.
Yes. Okay. It's not hard.
It's soft.
Yes. Okay. This is a little on the head.
A pat.
Yes. Okay. He's got the golden touch.
Midas.
Yes. You read when you're
Braille.
blind. Yes. A policeman does this to you.
A frisk.
Yes.
21 points. If Deborah gets to 21-21 and they break the tie, the person who breaks the tie wins the $5,000. The mystery seven, we should reveal who'll give on the other side. Barry, you've got 30 seconds now. You must get 21 for the tie. Ready and go.
A man's wig is a
toupee.
You get under the water and you put soap on
A
yourself.
shower. Take a shower.
You sing alone. You sing a
solo.
You look through these.
Binoculars.
It's a fad. You used to put on your
hula
hips. You use a hangman's rope.
A noose.
And you walk on these things that make you very tall. The long wooden things.
Steel.
All right, it's 21-21. It's a tie. They want a home computer over there. We'll break the tie now, wipe the score clean, and go back to Deborah and Barry with words that begin with the letter H or the letter V.
With V or B? Sorry.
V as in, I can't say.
Okay.
V.
We'll say V.
V. You'll give. Words that begin with the letter B.
Okay.
Ready. Go.
You wear this inside your jacket.
A vest.
You cast your ballot or your
boat.
You put oil and blank for salad dressing.
Vinegar.
Grapes grow on
A vine.
You live in the San Fernando
Valley.
This gives a speech at graduation. Is
The valedictorian.
And this is the country where
Venezuela.
No, in Southeast Asia, Hanoi, North and South. Hanoi, the war we just fought. We got out in the late 60s, early 70s. The Viet Cong.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't say Viet Cong.
Couldn't say that anyway.
That would have gotten you a buzzer. 6 out of 7, folks. That leaves the door open. Frank, you're going to receive on this to describe these words that begin with the letter H. Ready. Go.
An angel wears one?
Halo.
Yes. Okay, bees live in a?
Hive.
Yes. At the bottom of your dress is a turned
Ham.
Yes. You put this between two trees and lie in it in the
Hammock.
summertime? Yes. You get sucking on somebody's neck.
A hive.
Is in
A hickey.
Yes. Boats pull into it.
Harbor.
Yes. You do this with a whale if you're
Harpoon.
horrible. Yes.
All right, you've won $5,000 in bonus money. You're on your way to try for 10. Folks, you want to zero in on $600 as a tie to stay in the game. Obviously, you're going to try to win that $10,000. Let me slip out of the way, and away we go with your first subject. Go.
Tires.
Types of wheels, things that are black, things made of rubber.
Yes. Oh, I love my husband Charles, and I
What
love
Princess
being,
Diana would
yes.
say.
A party. A vacation.
Places where you go.
Good food.
Places where you eat. Where you eat in a restaurant.
No.
Where you eat out.
Pass.
Next, please.
A newspaper. An engraved invitation.
Things with print on them, things printed.
Fingerprints. The murder weapon.
Things you trace, things
the murder
evidence.
weapon. Fingerprints.
Things you dust, things you use carefully, things clues.
Yes.
Yes.
Eggs.
Things you beat, things in an omelet. Things you whip, things that come from chickens.
Eggs.
Things you crack, things with a shell. Things with a yolk, things that are yellow and white.
Turn around, take a look. We've got to wrap it up. You've won 600 so at the top. Sold by the dozen. Things you enjoy. We'll be back to wrap it up in a moment.
Things you enjoy. Sex.
Boy, it was was a good week, folks. Thank you so very much. Marky, we'll see you the next time. In the meantime, night court, quickly tell me when.
Thursday, NBC. Right after Cheers.
At
9:30.
9 o'clock, 9:30. All right, I missed that earlier in the week. It's a nice tie, Frank. You won $32,550. Other goodies along the way. We'll see you Monday. Okay. Barry, we'll see you on Dallas. Time and place in the network.
CBS, 9 o'clock Fridays.
Thank you, sir, very much for taking time out to join us. Deborah, as I mentioned, it was a tie. You got $5,600 in the computer. So we'll see you Monday to continue the battle. Have a great weekend. For now, Dick Clark. So long.
Look over here. See that 1 second?
From Television City in Hollywood, this is the $25,000 Pyramid. Today's special guests are, from Not Necessarily the News, Annie Bloom, and from the new hard show, Tom Poston. And now, here is your host, Dick Clark.
See, Johnny, they're all rested up from the weekend. They've all had Saturday and Sunday off. They're ready to tackle the Monday. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Welcome to the $25,000 Pyramid. Annie Bloom, I see you regularly on Not Necessarily the News, and you're becoming just a stalwart here. You learned this game like that.
Well, we practice all the time in the Winnebago when we're shooting, and we turned on the Valium, and we play. It's
not
great.
Fair. You've been working extra hours. These two folks, by the way, that you have as partners today, if you weren't watching Friday, fought it out to a nice tie. So they're back to play again. Deborah Comandina, who's a newlywed, been married how many weeks now?
Well, I said 5, but my husband told me that it was 4, actually, and I told him it was
my dear,
like 5.
as the time goes on, it only seems longer and longer. No, I don't mean to start it. You know better than that. You've won $5,600 in a home computer so far. Tom, I said Friday. Well, Tom Poston comes back to the Pyramid. You've never played this game.
No, no. I never was good enough. Humility is my thing. I'm probably better at humility than anybody alive, I
No, you're preparing the way. Now, don't be nervous about this. You're going to love it. It's a wonderful experience.
Yes, but it's made you an old man. I'm not sure.
And so it begins. Frank Conway's here. You may not know, Tom. Frank, years and years ago, when he was a child, danced on American Bandstand, and now he's on his way to becoming a lawyer?
Finished in December and take the bar in February.
I should point out one thing, lest anybody not know this. We are not intimate friends. We don't know one another that well. You know, of thousands of kids who dance on that show, we had a nodding acquaintance because the rules say you can't have a member of your family or a business associate or whatever. You're up to $32,550 and other goodies. Do you remember?
Trip to Bermuda and a compact disc player.
Good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you, Deborah. Winner circle's over here. We're going to get some more money gathered here on a Monday. Annie, these are your subjects. We have Watch Your Step. You better not pout. Believe in us. The Turning Point. If I told you once. Eat more. We play a 7-11 in the first game, which is a bonus situation. I'll point it out when we get there. Annie?
I think we went eat more.
Eat more, all right? Describe these things that are thin. Things that are thin. Ready. Go.
A razor.
A blade.
A needle and...
Needle and thread.
In little cubes in your freezer.
Ice cubes. Ice.
On your TV it sticks up.
The antenna.
Slippery as in...
Slick.
Slippery as a... Fish.
As a, slimy. Noodle.
Okay, pass. I'm gonna draw a straight...
Arrow. Line.
It's a type of pasta, meatballs...
Spaghetti.
You got it. That's 6 out of 7, ladies. Eel. You know the eel in the water, an electric eel? Tom, you and Frank had a chance to look these over before. What'd you decide to start with?
Things that are thin, Dick.
I think I'm in trouble. Would you like any other one?
Oh, okay. If I told you once, right. I told you not.
These are things that repeat or are repeated. Things that repeat or are repeated. Ready. Go.
You'd have to drink water to get rid of them.
Hiccups.
Yep. The opposite, it's not goodbye.
Hello.
It certainly is. It's something that you say on a cliff top and it comes back to
Echo.
you. Yes. There are spring, summer, winter, fall.
Seasons.
Yes. It's something that if you don't remember it, you're forced to repeat it. It's
the past. History.
Right. And these people sing all together in...
A choir?
Sort of.
Oh, all right, chorus was the word. Annie and Deborah up on deck now. Deborah, which one?
I think Believe in Us.
All right, you picked the one with the 7-11 behind it. Get the score to 13, you win $1,100. You are to describe these things you swear by. Things you swear by. You need 13 for the bonus.
Okay.
Ready, go.
This is somebody you go to because you're sick.
Are you a doctor?
Yes. And this is a holy...
Bible.
Yes, This is not Democrats, but...
Republicans.
Yes. This is something you go to every day. It's you go to 5 days a week. It's 9 to 5.
Class, school.
It's college or...
Work.
No,
Job,
it's...
job.
Yes, This is something you have your mother, the father, the sister,
family.
but yes, This is you look at it to cook something, to
Recipe.
make something, yes. This is somebody, this is the Jewish, he's a
rabbi.
Yes,
Okay, you got the $1,100. $1,100 as a bonus. It's 13 to 5 at the moment. Frank, you can do a little catching up with Watch Your Step. You better not pout. All right, you better not pout. These are things associated with Santa Claus. Things associated with Santa Claus. Ready, go.
Okay, I'm giving you a present.
Gift.
And the people who pull a sleigh.
Is a reindeer.
And a Christmas.
Tree.
And you put your things in hang it on the fireplace.
Stocking.
He's round and he's...
Jolly, he's St. Nicholas.
And he carries on his back
a pack, a bag, a sack.
And the people who help him make the little
Little
toys.
elves.
Okay, you got them all, gentlemen. Got a 13-12 situation, and the men have the choice of Watch Your Step and the Turning Point. Frank, what'll you and Tom take?
We're going to try Watch Your Step.
You want to give a receipt?
I'll give.
Describe these words that end with the letter CH. These words all end with CH. Ready, go.
Okay, not breakfast, not dinner, but...
Lunch.
Okay, and this is a...
Pinch.
And if you're not poor, you're...
Rich.
Okay, and pointed hat, lady with a green face.
It's a witch.
Okay. Oh, I scratch because I've got...
Itch.
And, oh, it hurts me. I say...
Ouch.
Okay, and I'm giving a big, long, drawn-out soliloquy. It's a...
Speech.
That's it, man. That's all you can get. Tom, if one receives a pinch, it is not necessary to return the pinch.
That's right, and if these
It's another
girls,
game.
If the girls get this, there'll be a couple of... No, never.
No. Easy, big fella. 19 to 13, who'll give?
I will.
Deborah, describe these things that are turned. Things that are turned.
Okay.
Need them all.
Okay.
20 points. Ready, go.
This is something you have on a car or a bicycle. Yes, This is something you turn on, the water comes out.
Faucet.
Yes, This is right down here. This is my, yes, This is not a hot dog, but a
hamburger.
Yes, This is something on a phone. You turn
Dial.
it. Yes, This is something not a waffle, but a
pancake.
Yes, This is something I'm turning over. I do a
flip.
No, I do a
somersault.
Yes,
That's the 20 points you need to go to the winner's circle and try for $10,000. This way, ladies. When the music starts and you grab the chair, it's like a roller coaster ride. You know what's going to happen in a moment.
Oh, here we go.
Either that or a horse race or the gate is going to open or whatever. Don't clutch the chair, though, because that'll... No. You won't hurt the chair. No. I don't want you to get all hyper and crazy. Just relax with it, have fun, follow this lovely lady's suggestions, and win the $10,000.
Okay. Simple.
You all know the rules. I don't have to do that. Let's do it. Okay. For $10,000, here's your first subject. Go.
A Porsche, a Chevy, a Ford.
Types of cars. Types of automobiles.
Adam made me eat that apple.
What Eve would say. Things Eve would say.
Spray, rollers.
Things you put in your hair. Things you use to curl your hair.
Your sofa, your TV.
Things you watch. Things in your living room.
Tobacco.
Things you smoke.
Tara.
Plantations. Things going on a plantation.
A cucumber. A refrigerator.
Things that are cold. Things that are cool. Things.
Let me ask why. I think I know. Judge, you and I will have a conversation through the television set now. When it came to things on a plantation, she said Tara. Was your interpretation that Tara was the plantation and not the house?
I thought it was the house.
Okay, I thought it was the house too, but...
I want to return to Tara or whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they probably have researched it, but they'll get me more while the commercial is on.
Okay.
That was an unfortunate one. If they're wrong, you can bet your bottom dollar you're going to get the $10,000 if they don't want to say...
When will we know, Dick?
In about 2 minutes from now, the final will come down. 3, 5, 6, 7, 50, $800. Second half coming up right after this. All right, away we go in the second half of the $25,000 pyramid. Deborah and Annie, let me clarify once again that Tara, the house, and the plantation were one and the same, and that's why the clue was unacceptable. They researched it during the break. And you've picked up $800. Good score. It's going to be hard for Frank to beat that should he win this round, so that's the positive side of that, plus the bonus money. You and Tom are partnered. Annie, what's the film? The Dirt Bike Kid? What are you out there? Vroom, vroom, you're on the highways?
Not me, but yeah, it's called The Dirt Bike Kid, and it's starring Peter Billingsley, and I play his kind of confused single-parent mother. And
when do we see this? Is it not television? It's a
no, it's a
theatrical
feature, and it'll be all across the United States between spring and summer in your local, you know,
not meat
local
market,
theaters.
Theaters.
I've been doing TV too long. Theaters. And it's a family film. So
all right, it's called The Dirt Bike Kid.
The Dirt Bike Kid.
All right, folks, let's get on with this one here and study these and then give me your decision. There is a difference. Doggone it. Advice and consent. As simple as ABC. That's real exciting. Let them eat cake. And we have the Mystery 7 in here this time. If you get 7 out of 7, you win a car.
Oh.
Frank, I mean, you won a trip to Bermuda, the compact disc. Why not add another little prize? Annie, where's the car?
Well, we think there is a difference.
You think that's it, huh? Who said it? Whose idea was it?
My brother's standing up. My brother's standing up in the audience. He's already claimed.
Hey, you haven't won the car yet.
No, tell him that.
Sit down.
All right, folks, we're gonna. Was that a mutual thought?
It was kind of my idea, and we agreed on it.
Well, he'll give you a ride. All you got to do is get 7 out of 7
all.
now, all right?
Okay.
Here's your 30 seconds. All right, coming up. 30, ready, and go.
On a baby, you put it.
The diaper.
And 4 quarters make
a dollar.
And I put on stockings, short ones.
Nylons, anklets, socks.
And in the year, there's 12 of these.
Months.
On
a calendar.
And this is not my blouse, but my...
Your shirt.
And I put it on my face.
Makeup, rouge.
And Episcopalian.
Religion.
That's it. Hey. Those are things that are changed, Frank. Your brother's already on his way to the parking lot to find the keys. I guess, Johnny, you better tell him about this thing. There seems to be a modicum of excitement about the car.
There seems to be, Dick. Okay, for winning today's Mystery 7, Frank, you'll receive the Nissan Sentra Standard 2-door, an economy car with 1.6-liter, 4-cylinder HC engine, and all the other standard features, including air conditioning, AM/FM radio, and California emission, and, of course, our congratulations.
All right, thank you. Tom, what's it going to be here? Which one to start your side?
I've heard it's as difficult as ABC, but I don't think that was referring to the network. Do you, Dick?
No.
As simple as ABC.
You got it. Describe these things associated with the alphabet. Things associated with the alphabet. Ready, go.
It's got full of words and definitions.
The dictionary.
It's, you eat it with a spoon.
Alphabet soup.
Right. And you dial it and you talk on it.
A telephone.
And these you build into little children have them squares. This is a book that you
read.
Right.
You open.
This is a language you speak and it's ours.
English.
Right. This is what you do.
Typewriter.
It's what you do.
They'll take that at 7-7. Frank Conway has the next choice. Frank. Which one?
We're going to go for doggone it.
Doggone it, all right? These are things associated with a dog. Things associated with a dog. Ready, go.
You growl.
His hands or
His paws.
You tell him to.
Sit.
A fire.
Hydrant.
A little bug on him.
Flea.
You take him to the doctor. It's
The vet. Veterinarian.
Oh.
He begs.
That's it. Perfect score. Could get to a 21-21 game this time. Deborah Comodina. Which one?
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake. Things associated with cake coming up, Tom. Things associated with cake. Ready. Go.
Okay, this is where you get it. You go to a
bakery.
Yes, And this is what's on top, not the icing.
Icing,
but
the frosting?
Yes, And this is, it's not sour, but it's
sweet.
Yes, And this is something you have a piece of it or a
wedge, a slice.
Yes, And this is something that you make bread out of. It's gooey and you knead it. And this is something I stir it or I.
It's beat it, batter.
No, I just turn it. I stir it and blend the ingredients.
Whip it.
No, it's also an electric.
Blender.
No.
Mixer.
It has beaters.
Mixer.
One more.
Oh, this is not an ounce, but a.
Are you so thrilled to get the answer quick?
No, I'd like you to get it really good.
Okay, which one do you want?
Let's do advice and consent. I don't have to do movies. If that's
You had really only about 2 seconds left after. You probably wouldn't have gotten it, but you were so relieved to get it, you stopped on me. Which one do you want now, Tom and Deborah? Advice and consent? That's real exciting.
Us or them?
You, sir.
Advice and consent.
All right. Deborah, you want to give or receive?
Do you want to give?
Either way?
She's great either way, so.
Let's continue the way we are. People who ask for advice. Describe these people who ask for advice.
Okay.
Ready. Go.
Okay, this is not your son, but your
daughter.
Yes, And this is somebody who drives a plane.
This is a pilot.
Yes, This is somebody. He's the touchdown in football. He's the guy that they tackle.
The running back, the ball carrier, quarterback.
Yes, This is somebody who goes to he wears Bermuda shorts and he never matches. He wears sunglasses. He goes to a country. He is goes to another country.
Explorer.
No, he goes on a
safari.
No,
he's a hunter.
Pass that one. This is somebody. He's not he's.
I'm sorry. He's the tourist.
A tourist.
16 to 14. Frank.
I think we'll take that's real exciting.
Yes, sir. I hope so. The fact of the matter is you don't have much of a challenge here. Where your challenge is going to come, and I'm sort of counting chickens before they're hatched, you're going to win this without a doubt. You only need 3 answers. But when you get over there, this lady has won $800. That's tough. That means you got to match it as you did the other day on Friday, or you've got to beat it. Let's go to the subject. Will you give a receipt?
First things first, Dick.
Yes.
She's going to give. I'll receive.
You're going to give. Describe these things in an adventure movie. Things in an adventure movie, they need 17 points. Ready. Go.
He's got a patch on his eye.
A pirate.
Not the sea, but
the ocean.
And not a king, but a...
The queen.
All right, now we go to the winner's circle and see what happens there for $10,000. All right, folks, it is my duty to remind you, this is like your rights that you get when they arrest you or something. I have to remind you again that your opponent's won $800. That makes it tough because that's a high score. So if you find yourself in dire straits along here somewhere, leave it and just come back to it. Don't hang in there too long. And I guess what I'm trying to say is go for the tie if you have to.
Right.
Okay? However, we're going for $10,000 all around. Here is your first subject. Go.
Godzilla.
Types of monster movies.
I look like a man in a tuxedo, but I'm a
What
bird.
a penguin would say.
The sky.
Things that are blue, things you look at.
Diamonds.
Things that sparkle,
Gold.
gems. Jewelry. Expensive
Diamonds.
things.
Gold.
A girl's best friend. Wedding rings, engagement rings.
A minor.
Oh, next.
Your front door.
Things you open, things you close, things you walk through. Where you welcome people.
Messy paint.
Things you clean up, things that spill, things that you, messy paint. Things that stain, things that spatter, things that splatter.
All right, now, stop, folks. We are going to have, I'm afraid, a problem, which I will discuss with the judge. Please come back quickly right after this. All right. All is well, or almost well. Let me explain to you my problem. I listen very carefully. I don't have 100% hearing. I admit this after all these years of rock and roll music.
Oh, really?
I heard you say things you walked through. I didn't hear you say things that open and close. You threw that in. The judge heard it, accepted it, and I said, oh my goodness, I don't think he gave the right answer. That's what I was afraid of, and we would have to go back and try to figure our way out of it. The call was correct. I was wrong, which has happened before.
No.
Let's see now. Annie, you'll be back. Frank, you'll be back. You're the high score with $850. You're up to $33,400, a car, a trip to Bermuda, a CD player. We will see you, Tom, tomorrow. Deborah, we bid you adieu with $7,500 in a computer. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. See you tomorrow. For now, Dick Clark. So long.
Some of our contestants. From Television City in Hollywood, this is the $25,000 Pyramid. Today's special guests are from Not Necessarily the News, Annie Bloom, and from the Newhart Show, Tom Poston. And now, here is your host, Dick Clark.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. The $25,000 Pyramid rolling along here on CBS every Monday through Friday, and we're happy to have you here. Hope you'll play along for a half hour or so. I know you can't win any of the money, but somebody can. One of our contestants already over $30,000 in cars and trips and all that stuff. You look beautiful today.
Thank you. Are you talking to me?
Well, yes. Well, you both look beautiful. I shouldn't do that. You have two lovely ladies on the team, but this is the new player, Annie. This is Deb Hawkins, and she's come to us from a long way away. Where?
Ohio, Sebring, Ohio. It's a little town near Akron, Canton.
What brings you out here?
Well, my husband's a hot air balloonist, and he gets laid off in the winter, so we come out here to visit my brother and kind of take the winter off. Yeah, just for fun.
How high up do those things go?
Oh, well, he broke an altitude record. He went over 10,000 feet and got an award for it, so they can go that high.
You have an interesting partner, Annie. Would you ever like to do that sort of thing?
I've always wanted to.
I get to chase him around on the
Win her
ground.
some money, they'll take you on a ride, all right? Tom, have you ever ridden in a hot air balloon?
No, I've always wanted to, but I never have. I've helped hold them down, and they're, boy.
Really?
Yeah.
This is scary stuff.
I'm not very good on this. I should be replaced, like a dead dog.
You saw that last week.
What?
We had, if you weren't with us, we had, oh, what was it? It was just the most terrible
Things you replaced.
Marky Post. The thing was things you replaced. You said, you're dead dog. Did she take heat from us? What she was trying to get across was things you cannot replace, and it just came out cold, man, cold. Frank Conway, how much money have you won?
Way over $30,000.
Yeah, $33,400, a compact disc player, a trip to Bermuda, and a car. And it's only the beginning. Gentlemen and ladies, the winner's circle's over here. Try to win $10,000 and $25,000 there in the same time. Actually, what happens the first time in it's 10, the second time the same day it's 25. These are the subjects, Annie. We have P.S. I Love You. He's a late riser. One-man ceiling, ready for anything. My Little Margarine. The Age of Aquarius. A couple of bad puns in there, as usual, and we've got a 7-Eleven to play.
We're romantics. P.S. I love you.
All right. These are words in a love letter. Describe these words in a love letter. Ready. Go.
This is my heart. And she's as sweet as a
flower.
As sweet as a hello.
Oh, an angel.
And you are not pretty, you're
Beautiful.
and I'm so
Excited.
I'm so
Oh, smile. Happy.
yes. And it's our very first we're going out.
Anniversary.
Our first
Date.
and I'm gonna hold you.
Cuddle.
I'll love you
forever.
All right. 7-pointer. The ladies have thrown down the challenge. Tom, where are you going to head?
We're ready for anything, Dick.
All right. Look. Hey! Now,
Here we go.
pull up 7 out of 7 here, and your partner wins a bonus of $1,100. You'll have the usual 30 seconds on places where people must be alert. Places where people must be alert. Ready. Go.
It's crawling and creeping, it's dark and leaves and vines.
A haunted
and they're
house, a
animals.
mansion, a
It's
zoo,
in the
a jungle.
That's it. I'm an actor and I'm appearing
On stage?
Right. I type and I work in...
As secretary in office.
Right. I'm in the circus, and I'm on a flying...
Trapeze.
Right. I'm down underneath the water in the Navy.
A diver, a submarine.
Yes. And I'm just walking along. I'm a policeman, and I'm walking my
on the beat. On a route, on a street.
Yes. And now it's...
All right, gentlemen, it's 7-6 at the moment. Post-game working. Deb Hawkins, please.
Okay. Oh, we'll try My Little Margarine.
My Little Margarine. These are things that are buttered.
Okay.
Things that are buttered. Ready. Go.
Okay, a baked, it's white spud.
A potato.
Right. Okay, you put lox and cream cheese on this. Right. Okay, this isn't a pancake, but a...
flapjack, waffle.
Yeah, right. Okay, a fry.
Egg.
You put eggs in it to fry.
Fry pan.
Right. Okay, these are the long orange things, Bugs Bunny.
Carrot.
Right. A French kind of...
croissant.
Right. Okay, this is blank and Coke. It's a drink.
Rum.
Right.
14 points. We have still up there, he's a late riser, one-man ceiling, the age of Aquarius. Frank?
We're going to try he's a late riser.
All right. Do you have any idea what that is?
Something to do with getting up in the morning?
Yeah, sort of like that. Things associated with Dracula.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Imagine the person who would sit in a room and write this sort of thing. Things associated with Dracula. Ready. Go.
Okay, this is my neck. And he lives in a big...
coffin.
No, with a dungeon, and it's made out of brick. Kings and queens live in it sometimes.
Castle.
Okay. And these are long teeth are...
fangs.
And he turns into a...
bat.
And dead people are buried in a...
coffin.
No, the whole...
casket.
No, the place.
Cemetery.
Right. And you put it through his heart. A wooden...
stake. Wooden stake.
Okay, and the city he lives in.
City? Transylvania.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. 14 to 13. Gentlemen, you are trailing by 1 point, so you have the choice of the last two over here.
One-man ceiling.
All right, do you wish to give or receive?
I'll give.
Describe these things associated with a floor. Things associated with a floor. Ready. Go.
This is not a carpet, but a...
rug.
Okay. With a broom, you...
sweep.
Okay, and your house is your...
home.
Okay, and not an escalator, but you take it up.
Elevator.
Okay, and you're running a fast, your heartbeat, it's a...
pulse. Beat. Heartbeat. Pulse. Rate. Your...
Oh, pass. Okay, a river or a...
stream.
The little noise the door makes? Okay. And linoleum, little squares are made of...
vinyl.
Also, on your bathroom?
Is tile.
Okay.
Okay, well, what was the... oh, pace.
What?
Pace. I think... probably in that regard, Frank, they were talking about pacing the floor.
Oh.
Pacing the floor.
Yeah,
and you went in another direction, not that that would have helped, but that there were all things associated with the floor. It's 19 to 14. Deb, you're going to give or receive?
I'm going to give.
Describe for your partner these things associated with the zodiac. Okay. Things associated with the zodiac, and you need 6 of the 7 possible answers. 20. Ready. Go.
Okay, these are twinkly and
stars.
nice. Right. Okay, this is another word for Toro.
The bull.
Right. This is not heaven, but...
hell.
The thing we live on.
Earth.
Right. Okay, this is blank the lion.
Leo.
Right. Okay, this is not the present, but the...
past. Future.
Right. Okay, this is something you read every morning.
Newspaper.
Right.
That's the 20 points you need, ladies. We've got a winner's circle over there. The first time you get in there, you try for $10,000. Good. Annie, Deb said she watched the show for 14 years. Did you play it with the sound up or down?
Every day, with the paper in front.
Yeah, I mean, we have the strangest set of viewers in the world. And I say this with great love because we really like you to watch. But some people paste over a hunk of stuff on the screen so they play along.
I used to play on the phone with somebody.
Really?
If I was by myself, I'd call somebody up and say, turn it on, turn down the volume, and play on the phone.
I walk along the street and people say, things are green, things are white, and they yell categories at me. Anyway, all right, let's do it for $10,000, all right? Good luck, ladies. We'd like to see you win. Here is your first subject. Go.
Toronto.
Places in Canada.
I have a thorn on me, and I might stick you. I'm a flower.
Oh, what a rose says.
Knives.
Things that are sharp.
The keys. The return.
Oh, The parts of a tape player, parts of a...
The keys.
Parts of a piano.
The spindle. The paper.
Parts of a calculator.
Pass.
Next, please.
The face, the stickum, the postmark.
Oh, parts of an envelope.
The stickum.
Postcard.
The face. The price.
Oh, parts of a label.
Pass.
No.
Next.
A play.
Oh,
back to the stickum postmark one.
Yeah.
The perforations and price. The cancellation mark.
The cancellation. Receipt. Parts of it. Oh, I'm just
Weird,
off.
huh?
Yeah, I'm off on it.
That isn't a tough one. I can't figure out why it didn't come through. All right.
The 22
an
cents.
airplane picture.
Oh,
the
parts
20,
of stamp.
no, 22
See,
cents.
I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking.
But I couldn't say the 22 cents.
The
could
22
I?
cents.
Yeah, I could. Sure, why
22
not?
cents.
Sure, if I was thinking.
You know, my problem is I
Those
don't know
are
what a
so
stamp
easy.
costs.
Oh.
I go back to the
That's
old
not
days.
your
I think
fault.
there were 3 cents in
That's
mine.
not your fault. I did that.
Well, how much? Do we have any more time? Out of time. All right, let's turn around and take a look here. We have parts of a typewriter, things that are reviewed. You picked up $300.
Yeah.
We'll be back to play the second half right after. Okay, that's the stuff they're all taking a look at here as we start the second half of the pyramid game. Deb Hawkins has won $300. She'll be partnered with Tom Poston, who plays George on the Newhart Show. Here on CBS, what night of the week and time?
CBS, Monday night, 9:30, 8:30 Central Time, unless they reschedule it.
Which they do on occasion.
Yes, and then it's on NBC.
No. I'm sorry I asked.
That doesn't... No,
you are here on CBS. You never mentioned those other places. Has nobody told you this?
No, nobody told me. Nobody from NBC told me anything.
For both our sakes, I think I should point out that the Newhart Show is seen here on this network, CBS. And enough of that. Deb, you and this wonderful guy are partner. How many years has that been on the current version?
4 years.
4 years? Continued good luck. It's a great show. Frank, you're up on deck, and Annie, you're going to make a choice here in a second. We have Don't Call Us, Quick Changes, Put It Behind You, Zoo's Who, Make Way, It's Handed Down. We've got a Mystery 7 this time, and we have a stereo component system to go with your compact player and all the other stuff if you get it. What would you like?
We decided Zoo's Who.
All right. Describe these things in a zoo. Things in a zoo. Ready. Go.
He slithers.
A snake.
A bird is put in a
cage. A lion.
He makes sure everything's clean.
The janitor, the zookeeper.
Not a horse, but
a pony.
And you.
The smell. The stink. The odor.
With a ball.
seal.
Give me the lion again. The lion. Very small lion.
Lioness.
Yes,
a
petite lion.
Teeny one. Tom, what would you like?
Don't call us, Dick.
Okay.
We'll call you.
Describe these things that call out. Things that call out. Ready. Go.
Somebody who owns a television show.
Producer.
Yes.
Cock-a-doodle-doo rooster.
Right. Class, you must come to
teacher.
order.
Meow. Cat.
Yes.
A baby. An infant.
Yes.
A dog. A coyote. A werewolf.
Let's
go. You got it. All right. Well, audience, I want you to vote now for the person with the best sound effects. Definitely. There was no choice in that. Meanwhile, back in the game, it's tied up. Frank, what would you like?
Try put it behind you.
All right, describe these things found in the trunk of a car. Things found in the trunk of a car. Ready. Go.
Okay, when you want to look where you're going, you read a... Okay, and an extra tire is a...
Spare.
And you work with these, a hammer, a drill, all those...
Tools.
I hit you over the head with a...
jackhammer.
No, it's in cards. Diamonds and spades. And
clubs.
Okay. And, you put them on your tires in the snow.
Chains.
Okay. And an old dress, you like this? Right. And you put them, everything you buy at the store.
In a bag.
They're called?
A sack. A shopping bag.
No, your vegetables and everything.
All right, it's 13-7. The door is open for the other team now to move ahead.
I wanted to say which.
Deb Hawkins, which one, please?
Sounds like... we'll try it's handed down.
Describe for Tom these things associated with a verdict. Things associated with a verdict.
Ready?
Ready. Go.
Okay, not the jury, but the man that makes...
The judge.
Right. Okay, they put you in this if you're found guilty.
Prison. Jail.
Small word, yeah. Okay, you're not guilty, but...
Innocent.
Right. Okay, not lowered,
Higher. Raised. Higher.
Another word.
Hung. Another word for rare.
Bread does this.
Rises.
Right. Okay. This is what I do every day. I
work, my job, my employment.
Pass. Okay, he was the...
Oh, that was a good shot we lost there, folks. Deb, you rise in the courtroom.
Yeah.
It was all things to do with the verdict, and it got lost over rise there. You have a chance to do the Mystery 7 under either quick changes or make way. Which one, please?
Make way.
All right, that's the one with the Mystery 7 behind it.
I'm going to give you...
You'll have 30 seconds. You get 7 points added, that up to 18, you win the bonus prize. Ready, and...
What are these?
I can't tell you, Tom. That's why we offer the prize. Ready, and go.
Okay, the yellow part of the egg.
Yolk.
Right. Okay, these are not curtains, but...
Drapes.
Right. Okay, this guy, he gets on the floor, and they... Hulk Hogan is one, right. Okay, you play this card game. It's on also London, right. Okay, this is something that milk comes out of it.
Carton.
No, it's a brown thing, and it has, you get it in Hawaii.
It's coconut.
Right. Okay, the country that has Berlin in it.
Germany.
Right. Okay, this is not a clam, but it has...
an oyster.
Right.
That's got it. All right. Nicely done. Things that are parted are separated. And you won a stereo component system as a bonus prize. All right, Frank, it's up to you. You're going to give or receive?
She's going to give.
All right, Annie, you will describe these things that are quick. Things that are quick, and you need 19 points. Ready, go.
A jet.
Plane.
Bow wow.
A dog. A wink. A blink. A juggler.
I'm going to mail you a Western Union.
A telegram.
And it's a fur and it's real sexy.
A mink, a coat, a sable.
It's red.
A fox.
That's 19 points. We're going for $10,000 into the winner's circle, folks.
I know, this is great.
Grosser, you are here in the winner's circle. Normally, I would tell you what your opponent has won so you could match it or beat it or so forth, but that doesn't apply in your case, Frank, because you've been here forever. No, it's a 5-day limit, and this is the last time you'll be with us. If you win this $10,000, it'll be in excess of $43,000. You will have picked up a car along the way, a compact disc player, a trip to Bermuda. Let's go for the big stuff now, all right? And leave in a blaze of glory. Here is your first subject. Go.
Spanish, English, French.
Languages.
I just won the most coveted award, and I have red roses in my hand.
What a Miss America would say.
The volume, the channel.
Parts of a television set, parts of a radio.
Your front lawn.
Things you mow.
A park.
Things that are manicured, things with grass.
Your dinner. Your restaurant dinner.
Things you eat, things you take home, things you pay for, things on a plate, things that are served.
The cross.
Things that are holy, things you revere.
Holy moly! All right, assemble group. Congratulations. Welcome back. Annie, run for your life. I've seen these people before. All right, take the chair. But there, you didn't see the look of terror on this woman's face. First of all, when you picked her 4 feet off the ground, when these fools came running up from the audience,
Lucky I didn't have a mini dress on.
Really?
Yeah.
My.
He carries the family with him. Let's start with by thanking your partner.
Okay, we know Annie. Thank you very much.
The gentleman next.
My father, Joe. My mother, Marge. My youngest sister, Teresa. My youngest brother, Kevin. And my girlfriend, Julie.
Congratulations to all of you, folks. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I can't think of anything to say except it was terrific, and we'll be right back after this. Okay, we'll be there. Deb, you've won $300 in the stereo component set. Thank you so very much for joining us. Tom Poston, we'll see you tomorrow. Frank, we bid you adieu after 5 days, and you leave us with $43,400, a car, a trip to Bermuda, a CD player, and I don't know, have I forgotten anything?
I can't ask for anything more. That's great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow, my dear. Right here on the $25,000 Pyramid for now, gift card. It's all right.
For winning.
Garfield's Halloween Adventure, sponsored by McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Scared Silly, starring Ronald McDonald and the Chicken McNuggets.
Ronald, nice to see you in this neck of the woods. Come on. What are you making?
We're scaring up secret sauces.
For dipping.
We're ready, boss.
Let's make sauce.
Oh, well, at least I got my hair done.
I have an idea.
Whoop-de-doo, McDonald's sauces.
You can always count on them to be terrific.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Whose idea was this anyway?
Yours.
Well, it's good for your hips.
Whose hips?
Your hips.
Lunch.
Vegetable soup.
Lots of vitamin A. Good for the body.
Whose body?
Now that you're watching your bodies more, so is Campbell's. We've added even more vegetables to our vegetable soup to keep making our good soups better.
I got it. Now that we're eating more vegetables, less sit-ups.
No sit-ups.
No sit-ups.
Campbell's soup is good food.
And keeps getting better.
Oh, boy, there should be some wildlife around here.
Surprise!
The McDonald's Happy Meal guys.
Yep, chicken McNuggets.
Regular soft drink.
And regular fries.
And they aren't lying.
What do you put in your McDonald's Halloween pumpkins?
Booty and McBoo, matey. Carrot and McGoblin. Golden McPumpkin, partner.
Now you can collect one of 3 different pumpkins with the purchase of every McDonald's Halloween Pumpkin Happy Meal. What you put in them is up to you.
The coast is clear. Nobody's here. Just you and me. Snuggle fabric softener. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive. Come on, sink into the fluffiest blankets. Wrap yourself in the snuggliest robes. Wave goodbye to static cling. And get everything, cuddle up fresh. You can do it, just use me.
Snuggle fabric softener. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive.
Simon's mysterious past is revealed.
I owe it all to you.
As he embarks on the adventure of a lifetime.
Where are we going? A long way.
But will it be his last? The Wizard, Tuesday on CBS.
CBS
Saturday. Pee-wee's Playhouse, Saturday.
Saturday.
If you enter the world of drugs, there's no exit. The best way to stop is never to start.
That cool, refreshing feeling of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum puts a sparkle in your eye, a spring in your step, and makes things lots of fun.
Wrigley Spearmint Gum. It's that little lift. Come on and get you some.
That clean, fresh taste Wrigley Spearmint's got. That little lift that means a lot.
It's that little lift from Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Ronald McDonald and friends in the Hamburglar Touch.
Rabble cheeseburgers.
Bet Hamburglar wishes everything he touches would turn to McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers. Touch. Cheeseburger. Oh. Touch. Rabble big cheeseburger.
Don't touch Grimace.
Ah, phooey. Oh. Touch my face. Rabble.
It's a good time for the great taste.
You haven't touched your cheeseburgers.
Monday on CBS,
There are a lot of weirdos out tonight.
including Kate and Allie, as they get into the spirit of things.
Whoa!
Then, a teen idol pays a visit.
I'm gonna die!
Can the ladies handle him
That is a fabulous jacket.
You can have it. Or not?
Nice pan.
My Sister Sam.
Tomorrow, the USC Trojans must crown John Pay as he launches the Stanford Cardinal in flight. It's a battle to stay in the running for the Rose Bowl tomorrow on CBS Sports.
This is CBS.
The weather forecast predicts cold weather soon, but I predict you'll stay warm and save at Shopko's Winter Gear Up sale.
Snuggle up in warm, stylish jackets for women. On sale now at Shopko for just $19.99. Shopko has sporty poplin jackets for men also for only $19.99. Save $10 or $20. Save on warm winter wear for the whole family.
So hurry to the sale that'll make you warm all over. The Winter Gear Up sale. It's Shopko.
In the land of Dairy Queen.
It's the Blizzard, an original Dairy Queen treat. So rich, so thick, you gotta spoon it up. Now get your Blizzard made with a heat bar. Cookies. Fruit or nuts. The choice is yours. Spoon up some excitement. The Blizzard at Dairy Queen, an American original.
We treat you right.
Tommy Thompson says he's Mr. Clean. Details tonight.
It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, sponsored by Nabisco Brands, bakers of Oreo cookies, and by Bounds, Almond Joy, and York Peppermint Patty, who wish you a fun-filled and safe Halloween.
A few words about Almond Joy. But don't take our words for it. For yourself.
Wheat thins, something like a cracker, but more like a snack. Just for you snackers, crunchy delights, kinda like a cracker, but with more snack bite. Oh, they're thin and square, and they're light as air, and they're honest to goodness, little snackers. Wheat thins, just for you snackers, something like a cracker, but more like a snack.
Try our cheese and nutty flavors, too. Wheat Thins, just for you snackers.
Nabisco.
When it's cold and rough outside, try something warm and creamy inside. Cream of wheat hot cereal and instant mix and eat. Their smooth texture always lets the flavor come through. Two great ways to come in from the cold.
Whenever you think you've found the best,
There's always something better. Yeah. And better cheddars are better than cheese, because we go cheese alone one better.
Better cheddars are better than cheese alone because we bake real cheddar cheese into every crispy light snack.
so whenever you think you've found the best,
There's always something better. And better cheddars are better than cheese, because we go cheese alone one better.
Better cheddars goes cheese alone one better.
When I bite into a York peppermint patty, I get the sensation of being on top of a cold mountain. And all I want to do is yodel. Yodel-ay.
Get the sensation of deep chocolate covering cool peppermint.
When I bite into a York peppermint patties, I'm getting the sensation of a little bit shivers tippy-toeing up and down my spine.
York peppermint patty. Get the sensation.
Well, that's our show for today. And we'll see you next time for more of Game Show Favor Chat. Oh, we got some big Halloween stuff all month long, so tune in for that as well. And a couple of super time warps on Sunday if you like. Oh, yes, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
We're about to arrive with the vocal group, the Crypt They play the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They play the Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Jack's voice to ring.
Please drop us a line at Game Show Network, 10202 West Washington Boulevard, Culver City, California, 90232. We're the only network that lets you play along.